Alright, I always forget to set the stream up, actually, before I, start the fucking stream. Let me do that first. I am so stupid. Yeah. Hello. The early people might notice that this is... I managed to figure out how to use, like, separate text panels for, like, Scene 2 and Scene 3, so I have this and this now. That's all I have. Anyway, okay, hello, Cube. Okay, we actually have people here, so let me get the playlist on as well. You heard the abnormally loud mouse click. And, yes, hello, welcome back. It's Friday night, at least in my time zone. How do I say this? We are gonna today we are gonna do something. Because I don't know what we're gonna do. Please help me. I do not plan things ahead. But boy, are we gonna have fun, and I also forgot to switch to this scene. I'm so stupid. Okay, now we can have fun. You're still in school? Hell. Anyway, yeah. Let's do something. I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna let you guys decide, actually. Oh, by the way, a couple of things that I want to just, like, tell you. The thumbnail, I'm pretty sure I used, like, a thumbnail that I was gonna use for a video. Yeah, so the reasoning behind that is, I did a Devel race on Rome, specifically Tiber stream, and that's my personal best. And I was gonna, like, upload the video, and then I realized Carnage has 55.7 something on a Jesco. So I concluded, therefore, that my lap is utter dogshit, and that thumbnail will never see the light of day again. This is the only time you're gonna see it. For such a nice thumbnail, I know. Like, I'm actually proud of those, like, volumetric rays and shit, but, well, the run's shit, so not coming up. And I think MP2 is the most requested game mode because, well, it's easily accessible. Well, not here, but, like, this bit is easily accessible because these are just free. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start off with, why not this? Actually, quick question. Are these decals being sold, like, for style coins? I don't actually know. This was available when Drive Syndicate 4. Jesus fucking Christ, that's 10 syndicates ago now. 10, oh my god, that was 2022 for fuck's sake, or 3, I don't know, my god. And then it was re-released, it was like sold, once, and those are the only two times, actually no, the decal was sold back then as well, if I remember correctly, so it was sold twice and then never again. This is one of those forgotten ones. I also just like this car in general, because, like, I know the performance in this game is dogshit. And even in Asphalt 8, for example, it's kind of like... I mean, I heard it wasn't that good. But, you see, when the Arash AF10 first came to Asphalt 8, this is just like a little childhood story of mine. I was like, how old was I? Like 9 or 10, whatever, like, bordering on the single digits of age. So yes, I was a fucking kid back then, and the R&D came out, and this is like a 500 kilometers an hour car. Holy shit, this is amazing! I wanted it! Mom, can I get it? No. So, I never got the car. I still don't have it. I am very, very sad. In Asphalt 8, going a bit off topic here. In Asphalt 8, we recently got the AF10 back by it returning in the multiplayer store, because they have a special currency that you can only earn using, playing multiplayer modes. And it was up on sale for 80,000, and I was too broke for that too. So, over 10 years... Not over... Actually, yeah, pretty much 10 years after the car was first launched, I still cannot buy it. I am so fucking trash at this game. Or rather, Asphalt 8. Anyway, so that's one of the reasons I bought this car immediately as it came out, because it was a Legend Pass car. Just saying. This is something you pay for. This is like a slightly better looking Asterion, and Asterion also kind of looks like decent already, so. And better is also questionable. Like, this is just square. But I just like it because I was a child when it first came out. Alright. So with the AF10, we're gonna go back to some childhood memories, at least in my case. I'm pretty sure half of my viewers are actually too young to understand why that means so much, because they weren't there for the R&D event. Anyway, we're gonna count it down in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh shit, caps lock is on. And screen lock is on. What is my keyboard doing? Asterion does have decals, but I don't care about any of them. Actually, there's one that I think is kind of cool, but at the same time, I don't have that one. I only have the ZHC $1 decal. That's kind of ass. Anyway, where's the other one gone? Hey, what was I even talking about? I have chronic short-term memory loss. I don't even know if those are the right words, but I'm gonna say it like that anyway. Oh, there's the Scribble sniping guy again. Hello. By the way, I finally replaced my Frankenstein Xbox controller, so now it actually works briefly, and then it'll probably break down again. But for now it works. Oh shit, I can't do that. I'm too bad for it. Are those 2 more Arashi items? Jesus, you guys are dedicated. Thank you. Okay. Okay, I figured out why. Yeah, please tell me it's working now. Okay, yeah, I think it's working now. Okay, so, sit rep. The reason it wasn't working wasn't because of my new OBS settings, it was because I forgot to turn my VPN off. I am so fucking stupid. I can't actually say the other word on YouTube live streams, I think. But anyway. Hopefully it does well now. You're seeing 3 ads? What do you mean 3 ads? Oh yeah, you have to disable... Okay, so you have to disable automatic mid-roll ads in a live stream manually every single time you start a stream, and I just happen to forget. I just turned it off. You won't be getting any ad breaks from now on, unless I actively, like, press the ad, like, send ad to every viewer in my stream button. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so now with that being out of the way... yeah, YouTube ads are kind of ass in the sense that they have 0 moderation, and then because, well, they pay YouTube. Anyway, okay, so what car do you want me to go with? Let's just do that instead. We're hearing Lykan, we're hearing F5. Mostly we're hearing low-end cars because it's 2 out of 3. Nobody actually told me anything else. Speaking of which, how are there this few viewers? Is there, like, another asshole stream going on that's actually really big? Like, for example, if Dark Hyper's streaming, I'll be expecting that, but that's... I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna appreciate every single one of you. So... SRT8, good idea. Let's do that first. This is gonna be like a ritual of the stream at some point. Alright. SRT8 time. I hope you get your cars ready. And we're gonna press, count it down in 3, 2, 1, go. Hello, Elvian. I'm doing well. Glad, thanks for asking. Hope you're doing well as well. Hope you're doing well as well. That's peak English right there. English is like a weird combination of, like, what was it, like, some 3 languages, so it just doesn't make any sense. I don't know why this is the global standard, but it is. I would much rather speak something like German. Like, if America spoke German, it would be funny. I mean, they can't, but, like... Actually, no, that implies Germany won the war. Okay, never mind! Holy shit, that's such a bad topic. Why is that my prime example? My next example was Italy, and then I also realized, holy shit, I'm so dumb. Oh, hello. Is that Aze? Must be the water? That's an Italian mechanic. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, I hate that traffic car. Although it doesn't really matter that much. Okay, that actually matters. Like, I hate it when I clip that airspeed, and I get the airspeed, but I also lose more speed than what I would have gotten if I, like, drove around it, for example. Okay, that's bad. Nixie, you're not going to defeat the entire SRT8 gang, are you? He is, okay. Anyway. I mean, it's still a GG's. That's almost all of the people in the entire lobby just from my stream with SRT8s and one homage. Although I don't think that's an Evo tune. Hello, Random95. Is this Sam? Because that's the number I think of first when I see those two numbers. No, that's the person. Holy fuck, my English is so bad. Yeah. If I speak French, no, I don't want to. No. Oh, Britain colonized almost every country. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah. Alright. So, that's that. And, alright, what was the next car? We had Lykans. We had some Lykan suggestions. What else? Eid Mubarak. Is it today? I don't actually know a lot about anything else going on in the world. I don't even know some of the Korean holidays because I'm an idiot. Anyway. Yeah, we have Lykans. Let's do Lykan. Most people should have a Lykan. And most people shouldn't have this decal because it's a fucking atrocious spend of money. Anyway. Yeah. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, go. I mean, gold Lykan shouldn't matter that much. Holy shit, how am I this bad at clicking one button? It shouldn't matter. Hopefully. Are we sure this is NCS? Oh, it is. Okay. Microsoft Edge, which is the second browser that I use to let OBS pick up the audio for the background music, just told me on my PC to download a mobile app for Microsoft Edge. Why? I'm on a PC. With the amount of private info you're collecting, you should probably know that shit by now. Oh my fucking god, who threw that truck? I would like to give you some money and then punch you in the face and rob all the money back. That's just a bait for you to come out. Who's that guy in first? Okay, that was don't tell me that's an XJ220. That's an XJ220. Holy shit, I just lost to an XJ220. I'm killing myself. Anyway, GG's, jokes aside. Alright, and I should probably remember to bring my iPad so I can read my live chat. Where is my iPad even gone? It's been like 2 weeks of having it. I've already lost. Oh, it's underneath a sheet of paper under my watch. Okay. Lykan Shockwave XL is non-existent? Who just said that? Oh, who said that? Right. No. No. Lykan Shockwave XL is, like, decent. It's alright. Can we ban who? Ban who? How do you pronounce what as you're the one who discovered it? Okay, so that's like kind of like a shitpost. I'm surprised that people are taking it seriously. It's not a word you discover, it's another word that you blatantly misspell. So there is no way of pronouncing it, although you could like go the British way and say, what? Or something like that. I don't know. I probably offended my entire British audience. All 5 of them. Because this channel is not that big. Subscribe. Alright, let me go and... Oh shit, that's an ad? I forgot my iPad volume was not muted. Why do I have a 50-second unskippable ad on my own stream? I literally disabled ads 3 seconds ago. What the fuck is... Oh wait, that's my old stream. Okay, so YouTube is being very weird. Alright, please let me control my iPad. I hate the home button going away. Why was that ever necessary? Alright, live chat is here now. Phone mount that I'm just using as an iPad. Throw all this shit off the table because I need room for my iPad. Why am I... Oh my god. Okay, so that's there now. I'm gonna take care of that later. Hello, Yappery. Good to see you. And yes, I do have 623 million credits. By the way, if somebody knows how to change the font size of the live chats in YouTube live streams, please tell me! This screen is so small that it actually makes my neck go away, like disintegrate every single time. How do I change that? Please. Like, it's actually so bad. Like, there is no setting to do that. Okay. Right. Let me just... I guess we should just persevere. What is my opinion on DLSS 5? I don't have one because I will never be able to afford anything with the new AI crisis! And anyway. You resize font size from settings? Where? Please tell me. I am so bad at using mobile devices. You have to guide me through step by step. Like the local grandma you see at the KFC, kiosk thing. Or whatever you call it in America. AI crisis is just the AI bubble in like 3 years' time. I just said my opinion is I don't care because they're not gonna make it affordable anyway. Who is this technology even for? Display and brightness? What, in like the actual, like the iPad settings? Okay, got it. I was searching for that shit on YouTube. I'm an idiot. I mean, this is like my second time in my entire life using an iPad. The first iPad I used was when I was 8, so it doesn't really count. Yeah, so I'm getting iPad tutorials on a live stream that I'm hosting about giving tutorials on a video game. I am so dumb. Okay, display and brightness. Please. Oh, text size. Yes! Yes! Thank you! Thank you so much. You just saved my life. Holy shit, it doesn't apply to YouTube. What the fuck? What? Don't tell me it doesn't work on YouTube. Oh my god. Oh wait, no, it completely works. It just had to be reloaded. Alright. Yes, go there. Yes, that. Oh my god, it fucking works! My god, why is that so difficult? I mean, you would expect to find those settings integrated in YouTube, if I'm being, like, really honest. Although, I guess it's fair that, I mean, use browser if it doesn't work. I mean, I'm on a mobile device, so I really don't know. Anyway, one more race with the Lykan, because that's finally set up properly now. How many minutes did that take? Like 5? For increasing font size. Korean man discovered. Shut the fuck up, Nix. Shut the fuck up. My god. Okay. I don't know what I'll continue with, so I'm just gonna start the Lykan race. 3, 2, 1, go. I've completed the most difficult task. Yeah, like, winning an asphalt is easy compared to changing your font size in an iPad. My god, I need some help. Alright. Who's in the race? Must be the water. Aze is here again. Jess is here again. That's an SF90. Which is probably, like, 5 stars, I think, with that rank. If it's meeting here. No, 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 you don't. Okay, caught it. And that's the wrong car, sir, because it is Ghost multiplayer. You cannot block me. Although maybe I could have had some better acceleration. And I just missed the 360 because that guy obstructed my view of the ramp. I guess that's like the most annoying thing you can do as an SF90 user if it's Ghost, because you can't literally do anything else. Okay, fucking hell! By some miracle, this is still a winning race. I really don't know why it shouldn't be. This should be completely lost, but it's not. Okay. The stream lag has been mitigated? Yeah, because I forgot to turn my VPN off before I started the stream, and I just did that. I'm on a free VPN too, just so you know. I can't choose which country I connect to, I just connect to one of them. What do I study in college? Visual communication design. It's not quite automotive design, but it's the closest thing I've got right now. And, I don't know, I'll hope for the best, I guess. Alright, let's move on to something else. I don't use the VPN for, like, anything except for, like, just get over it. Like, there's just one that just, like, starts up automatically when I boot my PC up. And it has, like, shit internet speed, and I'm probably gonna delete it sooner or later. And it also doesn't, like, it's really annoying when I, like, turn the app off, and it doesn't actually turn itself off and stays in the system tray, because that's what it did right now. I really hate when that happens. I mean, for stuff like MSI Afterburner, you kind of need that to stay on, so I get it. Like, I understand that one, but the bit where other programs that I don't want are hogging my resources, and when I kill them, they go and hide in the system tray. I want to shoot down the... Okay, I can't say the rest of that. Alright, Task Manager, close apps. That sounds sort of like, that sounds like, Asphalt Legends Unite when it first came out, because you couldn't actually close it. It took like 3 hours. Alright. Let's count down with... You guys can keep using the Lykan, but if you have a Razor that's at this rank, then sure, go ahead. 3, 2, 1, go. Why am I using the Razor? If you're about to ask, why the fuck is it not syncing? Okay, it's syncing now. Why am I using the Razor? The better question is, why the fuck wouldn't I use a Razor? I have it. Okay, so because I meet an Aeon. Good reason. Fair. That's fair enough. No one would use it, yes, but I would. It doesn't deter me. Just because nobody uses it doesn't mean I shouldn't. Like, same for the Setimo. Like, nobody uses it, but that's because they don't have it, and it also kind of sucks, but I don't care about the last bit. And I don't care about the first bit either. And there's no middle bit, so... Interesting username up front, for the 9x8 driver, but... Let's respect that that's probably like Kenshim. That perfect run was well-timed. And now I should probably go and try to beat this guy up. And by that I mean phase right through him. And just overtake him. I'm gonna try this in a multiplayer lobby. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, that goes wrong. Good to know. We figured out the answer very quickly. The best way to learn something is fuck around and find out, as it turns out. Although maybe not when you're like... Not when you're holding like $1 trillion dynasty and you also run an entire country. But that's besides the point. Why am I getting political on an Asphalt 9 shitpost channel? Is the bigger question. Proceeds to go wrong, yes, exactly. I mean, I kind of expect it to happen, and then I just say it in advance, because when that happens, it's funnier, and you could meme it like that. Yeah, you can clip this and share it on YouTube, and I get free advertisement for my own channel. Like, it's a win-win. You get views as well. And yes, you are very welcome to clip the shit I say, just not on Discord, because I say much more unhinged stuff. God, I can't speak English, as usual. Anyway, much more unhinged stuff over there. Speaking of which, if you do want to hear me do that for whatever fucking reason, I'm gonna give you the Discord invite so you can actually all join, or actually apply to join, because there's this like certain motherfucker called Gamdite who has been raiding the server repeatedly. So what we've done is basically made so that every single person who wants to join has to have a review submitted, or like an introduction submitted, and then it has to be verified manually. So that's a step you're gonna have to go through when you join, but if you're not Gamdite, it shouldn't be a problem, so don't worry, and we're gonna send you the invite now. I actually type https:// you are allowed to shoot me if you don't like that. There we go. Yeah, I typed that by hand. Yeah, I sometimes, like, there are voice chats in the Discord server, which I sometimes stream in, and by sometimes I mean, like, really almost never, but sometimes, yes. I streamed, like, sometime this week. Make bot automod? Fucking no. No. We already actually have, like, with the name patterns on his alt account, we actually have, like, a auto ban system using Dino, but it doesn't always work. Anyway, we're gonna count this one down, because why not? What could go wrong? This isn't the direct firing range of a Tryon Nemesis, but I'm gonna completely ignore that, and it'll all be fine. 3, 2, 1, go. I used to stream a lot in Discord. Yeah, because I wasn't streaming on YouTube. Now I stream on YouTube, I don't stream that much on Discord. Because I can do the same shit I do on Discord on YouTube, and it earns me money, hooray! I mean, sort of, yeah. Yeah. I mean, and also, some people in my audience just don't have Discord, so better accessibility is the excuse for earning money. But then again, it's not me that you're mad against, it's the bullshit ads, so I do try to, like, put as little as possible, if I'm, like, being really honest. And that's the Tryon, and that's Jess, who's actually a very good driver. And I'm not being such a good driver right now. And never mind, he hit the traffic. Oh no, he's just saving Shockwave, yeah. It was all just part of the plan. For me, it's just called a massive mistake. For him, it's calculated strategy. Oh my god, that was ass! So why am I still winning? Interesting race, GG's. I don't know what happened to both of you. I guess your cars went wide, which this one doesn't. Hooray. I had my replay buffer disabled! Holy fuck, I hate myself. Okay. That's not gonna be in the next video because I am an idiot. Yeah. Let's move on. MB412, sure, why not? I mean, this is... Also, can I just say, trypophobia warning for you guys before we actually start the race, although maybe that's already too late because I've already shown the car. I didn't eat the mic yet, I'm just being really, really loud. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, go. 32 is a typo, it's actually 3. It's gonna be fixed in 32 minutes. If you get that reference, you've been here since like 2020 or earlier. Actually, that's bullshit because I joined the community, like the Discord community, in 2021. Okay, Okay, this is Paris. That's a Tryon, and I am in a bullshit Chrysler with no acceleration and significantly worse everything else. I don't know why this thing's ranked at 4,200 something. It's like Lykan tier. Actually, a bit worse than Lykan, actually, now that I think about it. Lykan's float does feel icky at sometimes, but so does this. And overall, Lykan just has better lap times, I'd say. And by that, I mean, like, almost fucking anywhere you look. How did I miss that ramp? What am I doing? I was trying to take that. How did you die? Also, because I am a racing driver, here comes the excuses to why I'm doing worse than usual. Because this is a new controller, and the other ones that I was using were actually quite worn out, much more than normal. This new controller has new springs inside the joystick to like keep it in one place, which means it has a stronger spring rate, and it's a bit tougher, and I'm not used to that actually. I have to get used to this again. Yeah. Did I just leave 1%? No, that was like last month. Where were you? What's my controller? Just Xbox standard, just the base model, just, I don't care about expensive controllers, although I probably should, because this one breaks way too often, because I use it so goddamn much. Smash the controller. I have two broken Xbox controllers. I probably will smash them to bits, because these are not even, like, you couldn't even donate this to charity. These are completely destroyed already. Alright, yeah, those two have, like, zero value. Even as scraps, they're gonna be useless. So, we're gonna ignore that, and I should probably gold this. Look at this stat difference! Look at this gap! This is max! 4 epics give it how many points? What the fuck? Like, 1.86 points per handling epic this thing gets. You apply 4 of those, that's like 7 point something. 7 point... what is it? I mean, makes no difference at 7.5 points of handling. Look at this. And look at this. This is 1.4. This is a ridiculous car, just so you know. And it's also quite worthless because this thing's only purpose, if you don't know how Asphalt 9 used to function, this was a Clash car. So, back in Club Clash, because I'm pretty sure somebody in this stream doesn't know, so I'm just going to teach them a little bit. There were these brand-based Club Clash nodes where only one car manufacturer was allowed, so only these cars, and this was just the definitive best. The best one before this was this thing, the GTR 50, which is why this one was also quite sought out for at the time, but this one overtook it, and then Clash died shortly afterwards. I speak like a large language model. I just say shit and then I just predict what's gonna come next. Fucking living ChatGPT, I hate myself so much. Okay, Veyron time because I hate myself so much. 3, 2, 1, go. I mean, if I was a large language model, I would start all my sentences with, "You're absolutely correct. Here are 5 reasons why Nazi Germany wasn't as bad." Okay, I really shouldn't say that on YouTube. Hello, Blue Rabbit. I hope that's not the first thing you just heard upon joining this stream. Do I have spare RAM? I have 64 gigabytes of RAM on this PC and 32 on my old one, which is still over there, and it also has a 3060. Yes, that is a flex. You are allowed to shoot me in the back of the head. Okay, which one of you cunts took both of the traffic cars that I was planning to take down? How did it not just 360? This is a new controller. This is just me being bad. So, interesting fact, this thing probably can't corner this bit. So you have to do this and hope for the best, and that's pretty much the best I could ask for, with that traffic car just having zero mass whatsoever, made of photons. Turn! You fuck! You actual fuck! I lost to both of them, fucking... That was the first thing you heard? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Utopia final stage? What do you mean Utopia final stage? What do you mean Utopia final? You know what? I'm already at 36 conditions. I can probably manage that. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so just for that guy, we're gonna do this. Why do you ask me to collect 10 nitro bottles? No, I don't want to do that. Actually, I probably can just get away with not doing that at all. I don't care about your collector mode graphics. Go away. What the fuck am I doing? Okay. Okay. Ignore that slight hiccup. Slight technical difficulty. Slight mental instability. Or some other shit. What was the highest amount of this shit we had to collect? Like 10? We should be able to collect 10. There's one up there, and I completely missed that. I did see it, though. Which kind of makes it even worse, but you get the point. Max possible is 21. Max possible is 20. Who the fuck spent their time finding that shit out? I mean, this is collect 12. Okay, thank you, but like, I don't. Okay, it's 14. I don't care though. Like, you know how many Utopia epics I had before the special event, this spotlight even happened? Do you know how many of these I had already? Where the fuck is it gone? See, this reads 27. I had 25 before this spot. I genuinely don't give a shit. Okay. Now, and that was actually worth some collection value, because that was, like, pretty much the maximum amount of spare epics anyone could hold from those two releases. And now it's lost all of its value because you can buy it here. Anyway. Oh yeah, this thing's the one race that I can't actually cheese. Versus cheese moment. Anyway, this is probably going to be more efficient to just do this race again. $25 with no torque. LVN, I'm going to time you out. By the way, you know what always pissed me off about these, like, collector coin things? Like, in every single spot? Like, these don't boost your nitro gauge! They replace the bottles with these. Why can't these also give their own, like, power-up or some shit? Not just a... No, not just an extra, like, 8 seconds or whatever that shit is. 7.5, not even 8. Okay. Is that because it expects overclock from us now? Anyway, point is... How am I driving this badly today? Okay, I'm gonna do the NPC thing and just do this one. Because I don't think there was anything else on that route. Okay, so I kind of have to... So what I'm gonna do is... Okay, that kind of ruins the entire purpose. What I'm gonna do here is pure genius right here. See, if I respawn here, I can now take this. That was needlessly overcomplicated, but I don't care. And now I'm gonna go for this as well, because I saw it last time. I almost missed that one. Dragon Force gave you Shockwave after collecting it? I did not know that because I didn't bother with a single race in that event. Did I miss this on the last lap? How? There's another one on to the left, I just realized. You can't get that one with a barrel, though. I guess that's meant to be taken on the second lap. Assuming you even get this far. Oh, and there's one on each side here as well. How do you take that? You go that route? That's stupid. No, I don't care. I'm not even going to claim that. Alright, now this is opened by some magic, and now we have to do 8 conditions to open that. So it's really not going to take that long. Yeah. So, why am I even looking at this when I don't care about the rewards? What annoyed you? Oh yeah, no, that's an act. That's a complete act, most of the times. It didn't annoy me at all. I mean, I usually don't threaten people with a timeout. If I say that you're gonna get timed out, I say that I do that after I've already timed you out. And then I just explain why. So if I say that I'm gonna time you out, but I haven't actually timed you out yet, it means I'm never actually gonna do that. How did I just miss that? I'm so dumb. I just saw one to the corner of my eye. I just saw that. That is depressing. I just saw I missed another one, too. It shouldn't matter. If I'm right, this layout has one here. Yeah. This is, I think, the same layout as, like, the first race or something. And I just completely forgot about that other one, to the outside of that roundabout. I'm pretty sure, also, that that thing over there is just unobtainable. That one's just broken. Okay. You can get it from the right route by slowing down to 120. Why do you know? Oh, you just told me not to ask. Okay, we're gonna respect that then. And these are open, so we can do that now. Accept this challenge. Like, I mean, do you give a choice? And, oh look, 3,000 tokens. And I should probably overclock this now. Do I even have the chips? The answer is yes, but do I want to? That isn't... Yeah, sure, I'm gonna do it for one day, though. And from the next season, I'm probably just gonna have to buy the overclock pass. Or something. I don't know. Alright, now... Go. Alright, so what's the track? Oh, it's this track. Okay, I know this one. Sort of. Is it orange nitro or shockwave here after saving it on the... That's ass. I forgot how this car drives. That's sort of what happened on Dark Hyper in my arena last match, and the server just didn't catch it, by the way. That's just sort of what happened. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a strategy on taking that ramp. I'm also pretty sure there's a, like, yeah, this thing exists here, and we're gonna do that again. Wait, Safely's here? Hello, Safely! How you doing? I'm gonna try a different start this time, which is basically just me saying, I don't know what I'm doing. That looks appallingly slow. I don't know if it works. Maybe it works. Losing the perfect run on the first 10 seconds definitely does not work, though. Let's get that again. I'm just gonna cower it out there. .24, how good is that? That's 10%. Okay, what is 1% then? Maybe I should have researched that first. By, like, finishing, like, 3 minutes into the race. I mean, it can't be that far. Okay, it's very far off. What the fuck is a 20.3 here? I am very confused. I mean... I'm probably just missing something really big. What can I be missing, though? It's probably the start that I can probably optimize, and what else is there? Like, seriously, what is there, though? I genuinely do not know this time. D-class cars are stiff and start shaking while drifting. Yes, we know some A-class and S-class cars that do that as well. Actually, does the N74 do that? Because it should have Devel suspension. Devel did that. C7R, the bigger example is IDR, and I don't know why you didn't bring that one up. Utopia doesn't actually shake, but it has the same inverted suspension, yes. Anyway, I'm gonna ignore this because apparently I'm just shit at making references in India. I mean, that was a very blind and improvised run, but like... Oh, and Sukti's a multiple times ESL champion, and we are not to be compared. He's objectively better of a player than I am. Can I do a Bolide review? You know what? Let's make one up on the spot. Why not? Okay, hello guys. Welcome to the live stream, which has actually just turned into a car review for the Bugatti Bolide. As you can see, I have no idea how to pronounce the word, as I don't know if it's Bolide or Bolide. I don't care. I'm just going to mix all of them all the time. So if you look at the stats, first off, you can see one of the lowest nitro stats in the game. The handling is like, we don't know anything about the handling unless we drive it. The acceleration seems quite good for a car that has 497 kilometers an hour of top speed. So, the only thing that should hold this back realistically is the handling and possibly the acceleration or nitro, or the combination of those two. So, let's go to MP2 and see what kind of opponents we meet. And there's immediately a very good comparison with the Tuatara, which has slightly less acceleration. Top speed difference is like negligible. It has a lot more nitro for the cost of less handling. So it should be interesting to see how these two perform. Right off the bat, we realize that this nitro isn't actually all that bad, although it might make shockwaves a little bit tricky to manage. And single barrels like those are definitely a lot more devastating than when it happens with other cars. First impressions with the handling, we sense that it has float, but the duration is slightly too short at times, making it not very good in long straights like the long corners like the Cairo Spiral. What the fuck am I talking about? Also, from the earlier, that's a complete mistake. In the earlier straight section where I snapped into a wall, we realized that the car was trying to flip. This car does have some issues with wall ride, and that's verified. I'm not basing that off of that one clip in case there are any, like, pedantic viewers out there. I'm just recontextualizing, or whatever that word is, the information I already know in a different situation. So that's sort of what this car is. That's like one race long though, so we're gonna do another one just to be sure. Who will last long? You or Bolide's Nitro? That is insulting and very funny at the same time. What the yeah. Everyone says Bolide is overrated, but you don't care and you want it in your garage. You know what? I absolutely understand you. So the problem with this car is when it was first released, it was the main car for Drive Syndicate 6. In Drive Syndicate 9, it reappeared as the final support car, and it did so again in Drive Syndicate 13. And now you can see an emerging pattern here is that this car, when it returns, it's always a Drive Syndicate car, and it has never been free to play. Which is kind of a problem. I just realized the nitro is just too bad to do that. You can do this, though. And yeah, nitro management is definitely a challenge, and you can't always recover to your full top speed, because oftentimes you lose more speed on the next section, and you need shockwave there and not here. With shorter floaty drift, 360 floats are often encouraged as well, as when possible, it also gains you a quarter tank of nitro. In this case, that could be the difference maker. Bolide or Aeon? Aeon is objectively better because it just has much more. Actually, let's just do a comparison at this point. So here we have less handling, but it doesn't actually matter. This thing has longer float and better radius, although it does trade off a little bit of its stability to achieve that. It has even less nitro, but it has 2 points higher it has a 2-point advantage in acceleration, making the nitro not so disadvantageous. Most of the times, this car will actually beat the Bolide in terms of agility, mostly because of the better handling it has. Objectively is a key word. I mean, yeah. And subjectively, on the other hand, I actually say that the Bolide is better because it just looks so goddamn good, but that's my biased opinion. And when we are asked for reviews on performance and performance only, I do not discriminate on face-shaming cars. Okay, I should have probably taken a better line there. And here. Okay, turn. It somehow turned that. Barely, but I'm surprised it can turn that at all. Most cars can't. But even the F5 can't turn that when it's floating because, well, when you're floating, the radius kind of stays where it is. In that sense, F5 slope might be too good. You can imagine stuff like the LVN, for example, just at higher speeds. The same thing can happen with any car. Now we don't talk about tracks where radius actually matters. Actually, that's an interesting idea. We should compare it in Pudong. Don't join this one. Don't join the private lobby. I want to do something here. I want to test Pudong laps here. So far with the Bolide, I've been able to get like 59.5, I think. So we should probably try and get this one done as well. You think the Enzo has amazing barrel physics? This one actually has interesting, surprisingly good, okay, yeah, that's one of the problems that people mentioned earlier. The car is longer. The car is longer, so the, what do you call it? The rear suspension clips and stops the 360 from going fast. In many cases, much more than you would think happens. I think in that aspect, it might actually even be worse than the Devel, for example, but Devel is the car I practice the most here with, so I can get around it. Nitro is definitely a problem here. Okay, that's... I mean, Bolide probably does the same thing as well, though. I'm suddenly looking very much less confident, so I should probably lock in. Proceeds to ram into the traffic car, yes. The Bolide is not that goofy. I mean, it loses speed during floaties, and it doesn't matter how much speed you lose when you're lap hunting. Just the fact that you lost any amount of speed kind of kills the run. Okay, that one's kind of annoying, though. Now, actually, I should probably just, like, tell you one of the, yeah, I should probably just tell you one of the tips to get around this problem. So the rear end of the car is going downwards and hitting the ramp. So if that ramp was lower on that specific part, for example, it wouldn't be such a problem. So see where I'm 360 here? I actually approach the ramp slightly diagonal to the right, because that part of the ramp will be lower by the time my car goes that way. It's weird, but it surprisingly enough works. And that's good enough. I'll take it for now. I should have probably taken that at a different angle, I just realized. Yeah, you have to do something like that, but in a different and better angle. That was just fucked. Muscler is unpredictable, yes, and it also has like the sort of similar issues with the 360s. Okay, that was atrocious, but let's ignore that for now. I just want to see what it can do. And that's not what all the things it can do. It can do much better. You're gonna say it, you're gonna say what? Muscler is fun to drive? Yes, I agree. Just not sometimes. Most of the times I can surprisingly well, like, manage it well enough. That's ass. Muscler is more inconsistent than pre-nerf. No. That's if you treat them differently. Because Devel with natural float is quite predictable, but if you want to punch both of those cars, Devel would have taken it none of the times. Devel just had a workaround because it was so unstable. And that's what it was. Mostly is a forgotten car? No, I actively use it sometimes, especially in like Slipstream private lobbies, because mine is only 4 stars. Speaking of which, I'm gonna 5-star quite soon, and by soon I mean in a few months with the Legend Passes. What the fuck was this? Okay. That's a problem. Muscler is flat? No. I mean, usually the term flat in this game is usually refers to grounded and doesn't lift. Think of ER9, that is not the Muscler in any way. I mean, I guess I know what you mean. I can sort of feel what you mean, but that's not the correct word. And I don't know the correct word either, because I don't describe things with words, I just know them. And I don't know how to explain them, actually. Why is it doing this? Maybe I should stop doing 3 brake nitros and floaties. Can Eon do low 58? No. Just no. Probably not. Well, I say probably, but 555 or somebody's probably gonna disprove me eventually. Just... Well... By no, I mean no, I can't do low 58 with Aeon. Okay, let's just take that for now. That's a lot better. I think just on that corner alone, this saves time over the Bolide. I don't actually know, though. Okay, so that's roughly the best time I have with the Bolide so far, and I have a lot more hours in the Bolide. Because that thing's existed for longer. Grounded and flat, I mean, most of the times I see that being, like, interchangeably used in the community. What do you call it? Muscler just has, like, the Muscler just has a really long rear bumper hitbox. I think that's what you mean. Alternatively, you could just mean that... Actually, no. It doesn't do that. Nah, never mind. Anyways, something like that. And we should probably move on, because people probably want to snipe. Yeah, we lost 10 viewers. It's gonna be fine. I care for the rest of you anyway. So, use the Inferno? Which one? Because there's 2. Both of them is a valid answer. I'm gonna do that if you answer that. Any? Alright, just regular Inferno. Actually, let me review this as well, although nobody's gonna get it, like, fucking ever. However, the point is, let's just go over these stats. This sort of feels like Speedtail if the acceleration wasn't fake positive. Because if you don't know, Speedtail was... Oh, thank you. Thank you for this little sign over here. We're gonna ignore that and review the car for... Never fucking mind! I hate this game so much. We're gonna have to reboot this. Upgrade Wi-Fi? No, this is the game's server just randomly shitting its pants. It's not on me. I have a 100 megabits per second Ethernet connection with single-digit ping. It's not me. And it's not connecting. You have to reboot it twice now, which is very, very much pissing me off. That's not the correct word order, but I do not give a shit. How much is my ping? Usually 1 or 3 on an average day. 1 to 3, and sometimes 0. Discord doesn't know my ping, and it actually shows a network error because it's 0. And it still doesn't connect to the servers. Okay. So what are we gonna do now? This is what I live off of. Oh, there we go. As soon as I complain, oh shit, I don't care. Why did this reset? Why is everything... This game is so bad. What the... Okay, so wanna know something funny? You know what this is? You know who just concurrented me? The other instance of the game that I closed, because it got kicked out of the servers, has just logged back in and concurrented me. Because this happens every single time I reboot after such network errors. That is not somebody else on my account. I don't have anyone there. That is the game's servers thinking I got logged out and oh, I logged back in. But oh, hey, look, there's somebody else that's also me that's also logged in. So hey, we're gonna kick you out again. Fucking... Yeah, if you had those connection errors, you're gonna experience that at some point too, and you'll get it. I'm just saying, when that happens, don't be scared, be pissed off, because it's not somebody else hijacking your account. It's just the game being ass. Alright, that's the wrong button. Let's go here and hope we don't get concurrented again during a race. Alright, can I get back to the Inferno review? I just wanted to review a car, man. How did we get this far? Okay, so, look at these stats. Actually, no, hold on. Let me bring a better example. So just Inferno here and McLaren there. Where's it gone? Yeah. So if we just do this, and I forgot, order it by rank. Okay, yeah. So you see these stats. See how they're like almost exactly just identical, except the acceleration is 2 points higher than the nitro, slightly longer. That's basically what this car is. 4 kilometers an hour slower. So if you add up the stats, it's pretty much equal, funnily enough. It's basically the exact same thing, but a little bit, it drifts a little bit wider, just a bit more radius. By that I mean a little bit wider radius. That's literally it. Let's drive it. It's like, I mean, the 2 points higher nitro actually slightly shows, but it's like only very slightly. Because Speedtail already has like pretty much the same acceleration. Like that 81, when you measure it, is more like 83. The more you know. If you didn't know it, you're welcome, and you should probably subscribe too, because you're welcome. You are welcome in this community. How grateful does it make you feel? This is very gaslighting-ish of me. But hey, it's funny, because I don't actually mean it. You don't have to subscribe. I mean, you kind of have to if you want to send live chats, but like... That's to prevent spam and shit, because we get that sometimes. Very occasionally. Yeah, the radius is a little bit wider. It's actually noticeably wider when you're floating. So it actually kind of like... The car tends to fling wide sometimes, that's what I mean. And I got this right this time. It also has that turbocharger noise, so it sometimes, like that, gets really loud. Because this game doesn't know how to handle turbo whistles. I mean, it's not just this car, though. Like, shit like Lykan and even the ME412 we drove earlier, almost, like, quite a few cars have this turbo sound. Even the Bugatti EB110 in C-Class, actually. Best engine sound? I mean, yeah, this one actually sounds really cool. Just a turbo whistle can sometimes drive you really mad, especially in wall rides. It's loud like me? Yes, it's loud like me. Why do you think I have both Infernos? Let's test the other one now. Okay, so this is rank 4817, so it's like 2 cars off of the Jesco, and you look at the stats, and holy shit, that's atrocious! Okay, so what this car is a scam. And I just bought it, because I didn't care. So that top speed is roughly slightly slower than Tryon, actually. 10 kilometers an hour slower than the Regera. Acceleration seems a little bit higher than the old Inferno, but if you actually measure this one, it's also sort of like 83. It's like slightly lower than advertised. So it's actually pretty much the exact same car. Handling is a lot better, but if you know the Chimera and just any other S-Class with higher handling stats, like just for example, let me just bring some up. Agira has 60 handling opposed to Jesco's like 47, has worse radius. I think, actually, Tuatara is about the same thing. Chiron 300 plus doesn't, I mean, it flows really well, but like, handling does not matter. This thing, most underwhelming shit ever. And then, I mean, this one sort of makes sense. It's better than the Tuatara in that perspective. This one just sucks. 1-to-1 is also kind of ass, and radius is also quite wide. This one actually floats like a god. This one floats kind of short. This one floats alright. This one has one of the best float radiuses in the game. This one just has the best handling in the game, straight up. And shit goes on like that, you know? So, handling stats are a blatant scam in S-Class, just pretty much anything in 6-star S just doesn't benefit that much. Although by 6-star S, I mean, like, shit counts from, like, here. Actually, I don't know where it starts. I mean, for example, this thing's awful. But, like, back to the point, where even is that car? There it is. And the Nitrostat. There is a funny story about this Nitrostat. I've already told this a few times, but let me just tell you. Loses speed like 30 handling? No, it's like 15. Radius and raw drift speed does suggest like 60-ish though, but that doesn't do much. Alright. So this car, one of the reasons this car is so goddamn rare is, one of the reasons is it was slow as fuck. It was also sort of ugly depending on how you looked at it. For example, this window line just looks like a 50-year-old corporate manager's receding hairline. But like, that aside. Yapfire's new. No, he was actually there for the first stream I've ever done. Anyway. He's the OG, one of the OGs here. Yeah. And if you don't know Yapfire, what the fuck? You're deeper inside the cave I was already in. Go subscribe to him. Anyway, once you're back from subscribing to him, you will come here to hear me say that one of the reasons this car... Press play? Actually, yeah, good point. Okay, I'm gonna... Because I can just, like, yap. I can continue yapping. So one of the reasons was, the Nitrostat, at the time, was the lowest in the entire S-Class. In all of S-Class, it's 39.21 Nitro. That was the worst in the game. Why? There wasn't anything like the Bolide. This was just the shortest Nitro, so nobody went for it. And the funny bit is, guess when Bolide came? It was the very next update. It was shit so hilarious, you can't even make that up. People shit on this car for having shit nitro. The very next update, Bolide pre-buff had 21 nitro at gold, so that's like just the worst one in the entire game. That title belongs to Aeon now, but like pre-buff Bolide was something else. I actually have a clip somewhere in my PC of a what do you call it? Like I used like back when that thing was pre-buff, gold free try in MP2s. I had a clip where I used Shockwave on the thing. The entire tank gained me 20 kilometers an hour of speed boost. 20, yes, you heard that. Entire Shockwave, 20 kilometers an hour. That wasn't just due to the nitro and causing, especially in like crests like the one we crossed just now, in like uphill sections like those, the tires would start to just slip. They lost grip, so they didn't provide any acceleration at all. And, yeah, so that thing was awful, undrivable. This car beat an Arash? No, this car beat an incompetent Arash driver. I'm pretty sure he's a good guy in real life, but just saying, his driving could use a little more work. I don't mean to insult anybody, please don't misinterpret it, because some people do. The back looks horrendous. Oh yeah, about that. You know this rear wing that obstructs half the taillights? You know, in this factory paint, this is actually the carbon part installed because the stock factory paint is golden, and that's even worse. This looks so silly. Ow, I just bit my tongue. Okay, back to black. Doesn't handling mean how well it can turn a corner with perfect nitro? It also dictates some of the raw drifts. So, like, how fast your raw drift should be at its lowest speed, for example. Like, if you just keep drifting without float, the speed is gonna drop, and then eventually it's gonna stop dropping at some point. That's what it means. Obviously, there are exceptions, like, for example, Imola's raw drift speed is 115 kilometers an hour. Barely 3 digits. The Draco floats at, like, 80-something. No, not float. Minimum drift speed of Draco is like 80 to 90 somewhere, 88 or something, which is ridiculous. That's because it has inverted suspension, where float is better than raw, so raw is just even worse. Noob tip, don't look at S-Class handling stats. Yes, that is a great tip for noobs, actually. Like, people starting out, yeah, don't care about S-Class handling. Like, if you care about S-Class handling because the first car you drove that performed well was the DSE-10s, and that thing seemed to have everything on handling and everything and nothing on top speed. Yeah, that doesn't work in S-Class, because the CCXR, which is, like, the stat distribution looks roughly the same, so this should be a really good car, right? No, wrong. Let me prove that. If I win this race, it's going to be very awkward, but, like, I'm going to have a harder time winning. And that's an absolute, and that's a max Aeon, so I probably shouldn't. If I win with this, God have mercy on these poor souls. How many cars have inverted suspensions? I don't know, like, a good handful. There are some I can name right off the bat, like the SF90XX, the Utopia, the Imola, the IDR, I think. Yeah, IDR, I'm pretty sure IDR has that. Draco, pre-nerf Devel, although that probably doesn't count at this point. I think the Chrysler ME4 has something like that, but although I'm not really sure. I mean, it doesn't have the shaky drift, so I'm assuming it doesn't. And then there's shit like the Faraday, which has inverted suspension, which gives it great float, but the suspension sits so low that it can't float at all, so it just drifts at bullshit speeds. Like, what the fuck is that? And then there are actually some more interesting stuff, like the Praga R1 actually has the same suspension that the Utopia does, which is really interesting. The handling is a lot worse, though. Because why would it be good? Aside from that, the stats actually look like a mini IDR, and it kind of behaves like one, in the sense that it doesn't steer in shockwave. What else is there? I'm pretty sure there's some more in C-Class. I really can't remember any, like, right off the bat, but there are some. Ain't no way I'm actually winning this race. But you saw how close that guy got to me before that one really big corner. I'm assuming that's the absolute. No, that's the Chiron. Holy shit, these guys. Oh, wait. Where'd the absolute go? Okay. The AM V12? What do you mean the AM V12? There are two V12s, I think. There's the Vantage and there's the Speedster. Neither of them have inverted suspension. No, you're wrong on that one. There should be something else here, though. I don't really remember which. I'm pretty sure the Formula E just has really... Oh, yeah, the Formula E Gen 3 has inverted suspension. This thing. The one that I don't have. This one has inverted suspension, which is why your raw drift completely sucks ass in that one TLE that should be popping up just about now. Yeah, this one has the exact same suspension as the Imola, if you didn't know. SC63 also has inverted suspension, I just remembered that. When I look at these, the names just pop up now. None of those guys have that. None of the things here. I'm pretty sure Spearling is just another case of the raw drift is just... and float is just so good it feels like pre-nerf Devel. Speaking of... Is this inverted or is this just Takuma suspension? Okay, it's just Takuma suspension. Never mind on that one either. This game is very confusing, just so you know. I think I've actually covered all of them. So, thanks for the question. Loading? Please don't tell me the stream lags again. It's not on my side, by the way. I'm having zero frames lost on OBS. It's not my problem. I guess it's just YouTube shitting its pants, I guess. I don't know. Is there anything else I missed by any slim chance? The answer is Musler. Musler. Pretty sure. Actually, I haven't tried testing it. Let's try that. The easiest way to test if a car has inverted suspension is to just raw drift for really fucking long in the Himalayas ice bed. So, just go free fall. Time attack is inverted suspension? No, it can't have. No, time attack just goes really wide when it floats. It doesn't have Imola suspension. Imola suspension, like, inverted suspension is called inverted suspension because the radius becomes tighter when you float it. Okay, let's try raw drifting it. Where does it drop to? Yeah, that's dropping, but very slowly. I'm pretty sure this is one of those cars. But we're gonna find out if it actually is. I'm gonna drift this way. Never mind. Yeah, it's still dropping. This has Imola suspension. This definitely does. See, anything below 130-ish, which is what like Z4 or stuff like Lancer have, the game doesn't actually let you test anything past that. Okay. Actually, we should be able to find that out if we... Okay, yeah, 81 kilometers an hour. This is Imola suspension. We just found that out officially. Inverted suspension is when a... Okay, I forgot to hide this code, but it doesn't matter, I'm nuking the lobby. Inverted suspension is when the floaty drift radius is tighter than the raw drift radius. For, like, most of the times, when you do a floaty, the car goes wider. These specific cars go tighter when you drift them while floating. That's, like, the exception, like, the anomaly of this game's physics engine, pretty much. It also behaves really weird when you just, like, perfect nitro grip, for example, sucks unbelievably in these cars, stuff like that. You had a proper look at the thumbnail and it was amazing. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I should bring that up on the OBS thing. Let me actually do that. I want to show it off, you know. No, not the image slideshow. I want the single image. Why are those placed so close next to each other? Okay, yeah. Let me resize this. So this is the thumbnail that you guys clicked on. What do you think? As you can see, you have the volumetric rays cast from the sun behind the... I don't know what building this actually is in Rome because I am an uncultured swine. But and the text on behind the car actually reflects off the ground as well, and just overall just detail stuff like that. And that's all that one is. All right, that one's deleted now. How did I get the volumetric rays? That's actually very interesting because what you do is sample the entire sky, and then apply zoom blur to it, which simulates motion volumetric rays because it comes from a single point and expands from that direction. We're gonna just do any random car. We're gonna do Deus because I want to keep the stream active now that somebody's given me feedback. Have I seen the new Spider-Man? No, I am an uncultured swine, as I said, and I do not have time for anything else except for this game and college because you guys keep asking me for live streams! That's a joke. Although it's true, I don't have any feelings against it because I kind of love being here with all of you guys. Turning a bit emotional or sentimental or whatever you call it over here, but like, I enjoy doing this as a hobby. I enjoy it. The Nissan C-Class? No, that one doesn't have inverted suspension. That's like... That one just behaves like the Dracuma. Where the raw drift is really wide, so it makes you think that you're in an inverted suspension car, but the float is even wider. It also doesn't like to punch on its own. Why am I 360 here? I just realized. Holy fuck. Okay, it doesn't matter. I have 86XL. So... what you should realize is that not all inverted suspension cars have trouble floating by itself. The key example you can think of is the pre-nerf Devel. That thing floated on its own. Envision 74 also floats on its own even to this day. Shit like that. Having difficulty just punching normally is actually just a deliberate nerf that you put into the Imola. Imola was nerfed once. The performance was pretty much unchanged overall, but when it was first released, you could actually just, like, float, like, punch the car normally, like you would punch this car, for example. You could just do this. And it was just too good, and it broke half of S-Class, I guess, so they patched it, so you can only float it via curb abuse now. So that's the story of the Imola. New Icona floats on its own. Actually, good point. That thing also does, but it's definitely nowhere near as Devel, for example. I also don't know if that thing has Imola's drift, and the only way of finding out is drifting in circles at 80 kilometers an hour, so I don't really know if I should do that in multiplayer. I mean, I do own the car at 1-star. I guess I could check it out again. Over here. I'm gonna hide this one. Please don't join this again. I don't know who joined last time, but I'm gonna let them off because, well, frankly, I didn't tell him not to that time around because I forgot. That was actually my mistake. And yeah, we're gonna try this one out now. Floats at 400? Yes, I know. I'm just saying, I don't know if this thing drifts at 80, 85, for example. We're just gonna test that out first. And then, yeah, we're gonna go to MP2 and abuse the heck out of this thing, because it does float very smoothly. I've already figured that bit out. Oh my god, it floats at 200? Okay, this feels like another one of those cars. It keeps dropping. It keeps dropping. This is abnormal, yeah. This... Oh, wait, never mind. Oh, wait, no. 189. Is it gonna keep dropping, or what? What is it gonna do? Okay, it just stays at 189. Okay, so this one actually has normal suspension. I mean, the raw drift was really good. In terms of radius, it did lose a lot of speed, though, when it wasn't floating. And even when it was floating, it sort of, like, bounced all over the place because it was too unstable for that. It has the same way of tight drift as the Devel. But yeah, the bit I was talking about was pre-nerf Devel, if you tested it before, that one dropped to, like, 85, 87. So, if this thing had the identical type of suspension, this thing should drop as well. But, no, this is like the Aeon, where the float radius is really good because the raw drift radius is even better. That's what this car is. It's just an Aeon, slightly less ranked, much more overpriced in my opinion. Oh my god, never mind, I retract all of my shit. This is just a fun car. It's not going to do much in Legend League Multiplayer 1, for example, because the top speed is simply too low, but god, that was actually really exciting. Okay, I get what you mean now. This doesn't have the exact same suspension, though. Am I gonna leave track? Okay, no. That's actually broken! Although it doesn't matter, because those two guys have those cars, and I just lose 13 points. The stream's cooked? Again? It really shouldn't be. My side says excellent. Alright, and because we got bullied for not having top speed, we're gonna Uno reverse them real quick. Okay, that's the track that I practiced this car for the arena in. Wait, you can 360 this? Okay, not when you start at first place. That's for sure. That's complete dog shit. I missed that because I'm a fucking idiot, but it shouldn't matter too much. That shockwave hurts, or lack thereof. Okay, I forgot how to get through that bit. Use a Huracan, it totally won't go horribly. Great idea! I should definitely use the Huracan and be fucking gullible. And I'm gonna do it not because I'm gullible, but because I think that's gonna be hilarious. Just saw the description about the hard drive. Yeah, I have 24 terabytes of extra storage now. Your videos will be delayed for 5 months because I can just store them there and forget about it. I'm joking. I don't have that much footage to even store. That's for, like, future-proofing. Like, I can probably run this channel for, like, 6 more years with all that storage. Okay, let's see if I can... Sort of, yes. Never mind. Oh, that works. Alright, now... Actually, does it even need a 360 here? Probably not. Why do I have trouble brake nitroing? I've been here for 5 years now. How am I still this bad? By the way, fun fact, you can do this. Although it doesn't really do much other than being weird and losing the race to an Agira. I don't think it's even faster. With much slower cars, you can get that ramp, that air much lower, and then get to the barrel. How did I fend that off? That's a Devel, I just realized. A 1-star Devel, but that's a fucking Devel! What the f- The way he just zoomed past, but only after the finish line. I feel so bad for him. Can we watch his replay? I want to give him a shout out. Does he run a YouTube channel? I feel so bad for him. Where is he? Oh yeah, it's him. Wait, no, him. Yeah. What the f- Oh my god, what have I done? I just beat up... I just beat up a Devel. He's probably really happy for getting it in the Gauntlet store very recently. Oh my god, what have I done? I really didn't want to do that. Man. Actually, no, he doesn't know how to drive. He's on the rough terrain. He's not drifting at full radius. He's not drifting here, which you probably should if you don't have nitro. Which, in this case, you probably do, because it's a 1-star Devel. Why are you 360ing there? What the f- Okay. He's misusing Shockwave. I mean, he just got his Devel. Let's not be too harsh on him. Oh my god, I feel so bad. Oh, he went here. Don't tell me you took the barrel. Okay. Single barrel. Okay, there's a reason you lost. Sorry to break it, but like... This is not where you... This is not how you... No. Hold on a minute. Did he take the ramp at the start? I didn't pay that much attention to it. Don't... And, like, really, please don't tell me he took the ramp at the start. He took the ramp at the start. Okay. Okay, so in the 1 in a million chance that you are watching this stream and are now sulking, I will show you how to get around that track properly in a Devel. Just for you. That was Path of the Wind. This is usually a track I despise, but I'm gonna do it for you. This is the stuff I do to satisfy my audience even when I'm not sure if they're even there. Can I ask for 1 like button per user? Actually, we already have pretty much the exact number of likes per view. Almost 1-to-1, there's like 2 missing. Okay, I don't actually know if that's the best one, but like, let's just pretend that it is. The key point is, because I forgot that route, the key point is that you don't go take that ramp. Yeah, you need nitro here. You can probably take the ramp on the right, but I'm just too scared. You just go straight here, wall ride this. You don't need to turn that. This is a lot easier and a lot faster. Do I take this for the funnies? I can't. Oh, okay, I actually can. Never mind, I can't. So normally you don't take that small barrel ramp, because that's a lot slower usually. And this is the route I take, although there's probably some more optimization to be done, definitely. Well, you can join, but I'm gonna leave anyway, so what's the point? Okay, not that. I don't care about MP1s. That's the guy in top 80. Rate the Razor Tartarus? It's a masochist car. There are some of my friends who drive it, and Travis, you didn't hear that from me, but you heard that. You heard it, but you didn't hear it from me, okay? So, some people know how to drive the Tartarus in specific tracks. I do not know how they know to drive Tartarus in specific tracks. That thing is, when the last time I checked, It was undrivable, is the best description I can provide to you. It's undrivable, just completely. Can I review the Mistral? Yeah, sure. So, stats-wise, it's actually just very well-rounded. I would say this is like... I would say this is more like, it's sort of like when you have an LVN, for example, just take the LVN, give it some more drift radius, enough to get around the Gyro Spiral decently, for example. By decently, I don't mean at like 440, I'm just meaning like at 320-something, consistently, without any pain or suffering. And give it a lot more speed, like 15 kilometers of extra speed, and, take away some of its acceleration in Nitro because it's now too good, and boom, that's what the Mistral is. As you can see, the Nitro and acceleration are a lot weaker, but you do get to a higher top speed in the end. So, against the current high-speed meta in S-Class, it's designed, I think, to give it a little bit more of a fighting chance, although it really doesn't, because the Jesco, which is a 2019 car, which is like, holy fuck, I'm so bad! I'm so bad! I'm so bad! Ah! Okay, as I was saying, Jesco, which is a 2019 car, like 5 years earlier than this, 5 or 6, I don't know, is still gapping it. One interesting thing that almost all of you guys know, so it's no longer interesting, is that this car's stock rank is very badly measured at 3,000 rank at stock. Oh wow, he just exploded. Okay. Who just said Mistral is an Aspark 2.0? You're just making word salads. Please do not misinform people. That is simply not true. You are not... Aspark is not the car you're thinking of. Suspension behavior-wise, the closest cousin I can think of is actually the Chiron 300 Plus. So this, but faster and slightly better, and also lower rank, because why the fuck not? Try beating a Mistral with an IDR again. I mean, I did that once, somehow. I also beat one with the 004C. Actually, I'm going to bring that screenshot up. I'm also going to give you a shout-out if that's the Mistral. You're the Mistral that lost to me. Let me find the image first. Where is it? Did I put that in the archives, or do I have to just find it again? The hard drive is slow, it doesn't even load the library. That's the one weakness. The entire OBS just crashed. Okay, okay. That was a scary thing. Okay, we did not put that in the storage, so we just have to find it now. Where even is it? It's gonna take a while, actually. You guys entertain yourselves by talking to each other in the live chat. Ask each other how their day has been, what they're doing, what their hobbies are, etc. You guys should get to know each other better, because most of the times you guys are nice people. And the world needs a lot more communication, in my opinion. Like, in my honest opinion, people don't talk enough these days. I mean, I'm talking too much, but that's kind of like compensating for the fact that none of you guys talk. Yeah, just, like, get to know each other while I find this. It's totally not an excuse. Like, actually, it's not an excuse. You should probably do that sometime. Where the fuck is this image, though? Somewhere deep down here. Can't find it, though. Okay, just, like, trust me, bro, I have an image where I beat a Mistral with a 004C. Never mind that bit. I can't find it. But I do have it. People on Discord know. Alright, so, with that being said, what else were you guys, you could find it before me? Yeah, that's because you don't have 3,000 screenshots to shuffle across. Okay, anyway, time attack? What do you mean time attack? Why? What, this, or what other time attack? Oh shit. That's the problem. You're not here to make friends? You should, though. Everyone needs some friends in their life, and I don't have any friends in college. Please help me. Yeah, anyway, yes, played? You mean, I'm assuming you mean the IDR. My answer is no, because you're not an idiot. You're not an idiot. You know how to drive in this game. I'm not saying people who don't know how to drive in this game are idiots. I'm just saying in terms of driving skill-wise, because that's the only thing I can base my judgment off of. And I'm not going to play that. Other car suggestions... Actually, let's just review the Aspark. Why the fuck do I have this decal? Okay, so... I do have this decal. It's not, like, glitched. I just own it. Which is a bit of a problem if you ask me, but I'm like, yeah, let's just cover it up with this and move on. Oh, play the time attack. Okay, got it. You were saying I should play the time attack. Okay, that was confusing. All right. So right now these are like 1-star-ish stats. I don't know. It's not even like it's not properly upgraded, and I don't even know where I upgraded to. It's not even 1-star. I upgraded like handling and nitro, and then left the other to something like that. And now we're going up against low-star Trions, MC20s, and God knows what else. Now, just a quick overview on this car. Really hates barrels, as you can see. Shit nitro. Yeah, both are single barrels. At this star, it doesn't float. Actually, does it? Not really, and it also goes really fucking wide. Sort of like between the Nevera and the Nevera R, in the sense that Nevera R goes even wider than this. But by some miracle, I'm winning because, well, acceleration. I don't care how much speed I lose in the corners if I can recover all of it back up. Actually, maybe I do care. The car right behind me is an MC20, which is a 5-star B-class car. I should probably be more worried than I am right now. Oh, that was clean. That was really clean. Clip that. Okay, don't clip this one. Oh my god! It loses so much speed and it still drifts in a straight line. Yeah, so overall, I don't like this one. Maybe I should have maxed it in the special one, but I was too lazy. I got this 2-star from the Legend Pass from a few years ago. Is it comparable with the Owl? I don't know because I don't have this thing at max. Sometimes I wish I did, but I don't care. Alright, I'm just going to show you the Aspark, and go to someone else to ask for the time attack, because I don't have that. Super Snake, I'm going to do that after this one as well, yes. And I'm going to do the Nevera R in the meantime, too, because why the fuck not? Because, surprisingly enough, I have a decent win rate with the Nevera R. I beat an F5 and some ridiculous car once, because they fucked up every single corner, and one guy even took the wrong route. Anyway, Owl time. This thing has 89 acceleration, so 2 points higher than the Nevera. However, one thing you might notice is that the 0 to 200 time is actually worse, because what this thing has is acceleration delay. This is the thing most old electric cars had. Nevera had it as well, but Nevera's got fixed. This one never did. So this one's still at pre-fixed status. As a result... What the fuck is... Well, I guess you learn something new every day, I guess. Okay, and as for the handling, it's definitely worse than the Nevera, because it definitely doesn't float. Because Nevera, if you really send it, you can sort of float the Nevera. This one, you can't really. And the Nitro's also, like, I don't know if it's actually shorter. I haven't compared it, but I think it's shorter. It definitely feels like it. This also has problems with wall rise. It flips sort of like the Chiron. And overall, this is worse than the Nevera. It's less practical. It does have collection value, though. Can the Owl accelerate back to top speed from one shockwave? Not really. It needs, like, some sort of an extra boost, like a quarter more of a tank. Like Perfect Run, for example, or something like that. And, yeah, overall, I mean, accelerating back to top speed is a good argument. However, a better argument is losing less speed in the first place. And also, Owl just has less top speed. I think it's like 7 kilometers an hour. Yeah, 7. The accent? I'm from Korea, so it's very interesting, yes. What C-Class car has inverted suspension? What? Does any C-Class car have inverted suspension? I have to check. I think something like Aris might actually be one of them. I'm not sure, though. Aside from that, I don't see any real contenders, no. If there's one, it's gonna be the Aris, because that thing has really weird suspension behavior. Monza? I don't think Monza has inverted suspension. I don't think so. I'm really not sure. Either one. This one's just awful. Well, never mind. That's not even the Monza. This one, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. RSO1 is an interesting claim, but I'm pretty sure that one just goes really fucking wide. Aris can't float. Cannot float at all. However, Faraday can't float at all either, and this one has inverted suspension. That's verified. Will I ever do the RLG challenge? No, I'm too bad. I can't even beat the Elise one. Yeah. So, other cars that I promised to do was number 1, Shelby, this thing, and number 2, the Nevera R, because, I mean, nope, I didn't, nobody told me to, but I'm weird like that, so we're gonna do this one first. One thing you notice immediately is the top speed is rather low for this rank. And you'd be right, it is a little bit low, but the good thing is this thing has 85 acceleration, so it gets there very quickly. Has really good handling, so it never drops from there. And overall, it's actually a very fun experience, except for when you're in tracks like these, I guess, because the one drawback this thing has is it has really good float, but the radius is surprisingly wide. And because the float is so good, it's actually sometimes it's hard to lose the speed, which is an entirely new problem. Like, this is the radius at float. Like, this is the radius. It's actually really wide. This is the radius. I'm not making this up. This is full steering. And yeah, this thing also has unstable suspension. Oh my god, it's just gonna go there. Okay, fine. That's a Tuatara Striker. Oh, that's Nixie's Tuatara Striker. Surprisingly, there's nobody behind me right now. And by that, I mean, like, off the minimap entirely. Oh, yeah. I forgot I don't have particle effects enabled. Yeah, the shockwave is just, like, instant like that. That's one of the best things about this car. It's just, you're gonna lose speed in the corners, not because the car drift sucks, but because it goes in a straight line like what you would expect a muscle car to do. Okay, now Nevera R time, which is actually less wide than that, but that's only because this thing doesn't float. Well, it does, but like it's complete acid doing it. This car is bad? No, it's usually really good. Greenland's curves are just interesting. And it's fun, is what it is. It's fun. That's all it is. Sick decal. This is the Drive Syndicate 14's main Syndicate decal. I don't like it because it only consists of 3 major frames, and the only thing they change is give a subtle, like, glowing animation between them. I'm pretty sure that's not actual animation, and that's just code. And overall, I mean, when I say I want more animated decals, for example, actually those are action decals, but for example, the one in C9 for the Bolide is amazing, and I want stuff like that in the game. I don't know why we can't have that. Because, like, they already import C9 decals from the game, so why not that one? It'll probably outshadow the DS6 decal, that's for sure. By some miracle, I am first, closely followed by a speed tail at second, which about shows the problem with this car, but then there's the massive gap, interestingly. Okay, I'm gonna die in the following corners. Yeah, as expected. Somehow didn't leave the track there. Oh, this guy also died. Okay, I might have a chance. Never mind, I don't. Shockwave ran out. That guy went really wide, I don't know how. But I am back in the game now. Okay, don't question how. The car sucks. Don't question it. This is complete dog shit. I hate driving it. Actually, no, I find it quite amusing because, like, whenever you beat someone in such a bad car, I just get excited thinking how frustrated they would be on the opposite side of the screen. Yes. Veyron R loses in a lot of twisty tracks despite its acceleration. That's because twisty tracks require more handling than acceleration, and this car just doesn't have any handling to give. Sadism? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Do I have a controller's insurance? Controllers needed insurance? If I crash my controller without an insurance, am I gonna get fined for 3 times the price? Anyway. If Aris can't float, how does it have inverted suspension? What is the definition? I already told you guys before, but I guess you weren't there for it. So when I say inverted suspension is called inverted because the raw drift and the floaty drift's radius seem like they've been inverted, like they're the opposite of what they should be. In these cars, raw drift goes wider than floaties. Usually when you float a car, that car goes a lot wider. However, with inverted suspension cars, this is the opposite, where floating makes the car turn better and faster at the same time. Aris, I really have no way to prove that the Aris has inverted suspension because, frankly, it doesn't float at all. But, like, you can very rarely, with a microscopic chance, get it to, like, somehow dig into the ground by some miracle. You can do that with a Faraday too, by the way. Just astronomically rare. What is a floaty? Whenever not all 4 of the wheels are on the ground while drifting. Yes, I know it's a joke, but I'm going to take it seriously. Because there are probably some complete newbies or test drivers or whoever watching the stream right now. Because there's like, how many of you guys? More than 60, so there should be some. When you're drifting, the game needs all 4 wheels to be on the ground to calculate your drift speed. If any of them are not on the ground, the car will fail to calculate and it will lose no speed at all. Destabilizing the car to force one of these wheels off the ground is achieved by various forms, and the most common ones are punch and floaty drifts and curb abuses. Also, can I just say, this thing does this when you use nitro without aligning. It's really interesting. By interesting, I mean frustrating, because it does it when you don't want it to. But yeah, my theory that this thing has inverted suspension bases off of these instabilities when you give it a nudge. Okay, that's ass. Because like this little like flick that happens when you align the drift, that happens with shit like the Utopia and the Imola if you fail to float it. And both of them are proven to have inverted suspension. And I think I actually curb abused it like earlier there somewhere when I was demonstrating that by accident, but like that's what I mean. It never does that in like when you want it to. It doesn't. Does F5 count as reverse suspension? No, F5 drifts tighter when it's not floating. That's the difference. Like, you can have cars that are really good in radius. Like, for example, Aeon has a tighter drift radius than the F5, but this one isn't inverted because the raw drift is better than the floaty drift. That's the difference. Why am I not counting them down? I fucking forgot. Yeah. Okay, so Onyx and Apollo IE, neither of them have the ability to begin to float. So you're just wasting your time. Just manage your nitro better and shockwave out of corners. That's much better advice for you. Like, I'm just saying, like, not being insulting or anything remotely close to that. I'm just going to show you again. For example, in Auckland, there's an exception because you can curb abuse shit over there. In those really long curbs on the track. But the majority of the times, these things do not float at all. And actually, not using floats or punches will actually speed you up. It's too fun. I mean, I get you, but you're losing races because of that, potentially. If you lose by a close margin, chances are you lost because of that. So if you want to take the points seriously, then you shouldn't do that. So I'm just gonna, like, not curb use this one and just punch here to see what happens. See, that's not a punch. It did lift momentarily, but for such a small amount that it literally doesn't matter. You can do it like this. Okay, I missed that completely. I'm an idiot. But, like, that again falls to the point because you wouldn't floaty with a Mazda Furai, for example, would you? Because Mazda Furai can punch over there, too. Because the curb is just so good for curb abusing. Out. Actually, you should probably leave by your own, because, like, this guy's not a bad guy. I'm just here to show you that Furai can do that same thing as well, if you really try. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to pull it off in one go, but I hope I can. Getting close to a corner also gives a float on every car. You mean, like, stepping on the red and white curbs? Not really. So far, I know of one car. Just one car that doesn't float even on Auckland curbs, the ER9. The most grounded car in the game by far. Shit doesn't even begin to lift. I've never seen it lift at all. And I've had the thing gold since it was released, and I haven't seen it float. And yeah, you can sort of float it, although very poorly. But even there was trying to clip the wheel to the ground. But you can sort of see or rather hear the car's engine blipping, which is what happens when the car's wheel lifts and then repeatedly lifts and comes back down. Yeah, something like that, although it doesn't last very long. I didn't say don't join. Well, my community assumes common sense, so you should probably follow that. Don't be pedantic or, like, test the rules or test my patience or whatever. I'm just saying, because other people might get the idea. The ER9 hate will not be tolerated. No, I drive the ER9 on a regular basis. This is one of my most driven B-class cars because I like to flex it on people who don't have it. With that being said, however, the performance is quite awful for its rank. Hyper has a new costume? No way. No way. No way. Let me see that shit. I don't care if the race starts. Oh, wait, maybe I do care. Okay, so this one has a really big, like, the wall right after the tunnel entry. That thing tends to flip this car like 8 out of 10 times. Because this thing's so unstable. Yeah, I genuinely have not seen this car float. Even on places like here. Like, it's still on the ground. It didn't even flinch. It's so planted. Alright, anyway, let me see if I can pull this off. No. Okay, yeah, no. Yeah, it just does that. You're just never ready for what's coming. You know what's coming, but it doesn't mean you're ready for it. Thankfully, I do have 87 acceleration up my sleeves. Okay, that's ass! That just fell off the map. Anyway, yeah, one shockwave is able to absolutely recover all your lost speed. Although it doesn't get you to any speeds higher than 381. Never mind, that guy just fucked up, somehow. Hold on a minute, that was an Inferno. Is that one of my audiences? I think it might be. I'm not sure. Because, like, you never see these guys normally. These are like the unicorn of the game because they're so fucking rare. You know what else is rare, actually? Surprisingly enough, Mazzanti. Because the license also died on this thing. I didn't think it was really that rare because this one was released in like a 2023 Burst of Speed event. But apparently it is because everybody who had it quit by now. Your ER9 is stock with a key and 13 epics? By that, I'm assuming you also have it maxed. Okay, so Nixie and Sir Drive Safely too while I'm at it.
Why the fuck do you spend tokens and then not spend credits, undermining the purpose of spending tokens?
Holy shit, I should start the race. No, I'm not missing that barrel. I somehow still got a double barrel with that atrocious of an angle. Yours a 2-star? No, I wasn't talking about the... No, I wasn't talking about your ER9. I was just saying in general. Why do you buy things and then not use those things, or not even bother to upgrade those things? Like, at that point, why wouldn't you just have it at 1-star? Okay, so I forgot to mention, this is also one of the more grounded cars in the game. Although that was just bad execution by me, mostly. Also, yeah, you're supposed to hit that wall, by the way, with these cars that don't go 500, because the perfect run, now comes here at about now. Yeah, right there. That is a strategic thing that we in the community call a perfect run delay, and this is just called hitting a wall. Yeah. LFA floats well? Yeah, LFA does float well. Oh, you meant Mazzanti, okay. This was your only useful S-Class car at the time? Man. I can see where your stock Chiron is coming from. LFA floats well, but the handling is ass. No! No, I don't think you do. I mean, the handling isn't that bad to begin. By the way, yes, I have it gold. Yes, I have it gold already. I got one C-Class Wild Epic from multiplayer. That was enough. Your ER9 has stage 6 handling? Okay. Yeah. You didn't get Chiron until a year after I got Mazzanti? Okay, so I wasn't saying that, like, I mean, the fact that you got a Mazzanti before Chiron is also jaw-dropping. Just saying. I'm pulling techniques out of my ass to just avoid saying I made a mistake. No, you can actually see that perfect run delay in other various runs. Fact check that yourself. I already know that to be true. That did not lose its speed. At least I wouldn't consider that losing speed. Xylee, why are you using Shockwave on a straight section? I guess in punches it does sort of lose speed, but that was also rough terrain, so we're gonna test it again. No, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. And it is C-Class, you have to remember. The only C-Class that almost barely loses any speed whatsoever in floating is like the Panamera, and that's about it. Even Formula E loses this amount of speed. Oh, yeah, saw that coming. And this guy does not have Shockwave, but I'm still gonna lose. Okay, good. You know what? I'm lucky that I didn't lose to the guy in third. He was rapidly catching up. 2 frames. And 3 frames over here. Yeah, that's fair. It's a poor man's DBS 770. I mean, I don't know how a DBS 770 drives, if I'm being honest. It's 2 stars here. Actually, I should probably show you guys the Panamera, because it has been a while since this thing came out, and I'm pretty sure some people here don't have it. So, here we go with nothing. This isn't a sub 4,000 rate. This is going to meet with low star Trions and Lykans, non-max Lykans. Non-gold Lykans. Max, but non-gold. Okay, yes, C2 Trions, and I am in a C-Class car that goes 340 kilometers an hour. God help me. I think it's like 341, something like that. Okay, let's see what I can do here. Yeah, we are immediately at air top speed because it doesn't have any. Yeah, it goes 340. That curb killed my airspeed trick. Anyway, yeah, this is the only car in C-Class that does this sort of thing. Just regularly. I'm pretty sure it can actually natural float if you give it the airspeed. Yeah, that's natural float. Although not as good as Punch, that's still the best float in the entire C-Class. Yeah, this thing pretty much, suspension-wise, it's like, think of like Bolide or F5 and just cram it in a C-Class car. That's what this thing is. And then there's the rest of the stats, which is kind of too slow. Also, I don't really know what it's like to drive this thing at 1 star, because the upgrade curve is ridiculous on this thing. Because this car debuted as a car hunt car, like a key hunt. That's the only way you could have gotten this car when it first came out. So you had to have it max before you could own it. Can you curb abuse on Osaka? What do you mean? Like, with what car? Panamera's fake acceleration? No, I mean, no. I mean, I don't know about the raw acceleration, but, I mean, at this point, it really doesn't matter. In the sense that 86 or 87, it just doesn't matter. You're going to be at top speed in an instant, because the top speed is so low. And that's fake acceleration? Yeah, I didn't know that. Thank you. Upgrade Curve King is the Agira? No. The actual Upgrade Curve King, although Agira is a fair contender, is the GT3 RS. Where's it gone? Somewhere here. Where is it? Why am I... Okay, I guess it's free try. It is. This thing starts at like 1800 rank at stock. Which is... What the fuck is that? More than doubles, like 2.5 times. No, not 2.5. Something like that. The upgrade curve on this thing is absolutely insane. ZGT3? You mean the car, the only C-Class car that I have at 1 star. I think that's the only C-Class car I have at 1 star. Yeah, everything else is like at least 2. Because even this thing I recently 2-starred with my wild cards. Also, it's the ZGT4 apparently. And here we go with nothing. This thing, I drove it at Gold in a multiplayer too. I loved it, however, I didn't have the money to buy it. And also, when the first special event came out, I wasn't even in the game. I had it uninstalled back then to study for college, which I am in now. So I've effectively traded this car in the Imperium for college. I think that's a fair trade. I think that's beneficial for me, you know. I would say don't put your life... No, put your game in front of your actual life, I would say. I mean, I would have disobeyed to that rule a long time ago, but now, not anymore. Alright, and now we are here to suffer with the non-existent anything stats. Like, any stat in this car right now at 1 star is fucking miserable. We are against a bunch of Ionics, though, so maybe we can manage. It does have top speed, as its advantage, and that's a Chimera. Yeah, this thing floats very interestingly, but it also floats really wide, and it has the same sort of issue where it doesn't float normally, like the Imola. You know what this car reminds me of the most? It's the 935. It has the same thing. 935 floats even less, but it has the same sort of suspension, where you have to curb abuse to even, like, have a chance at having it float. You know, this is actually surprisingly pleasant to drive right now. I mean, this is an open track, I guess. Like, in any tighter tracks like Osaka, this thing would be atrocious, I can feel it. But over here, it's surprisingly nice. I hope they rerun this so I can max it someday. Yeah, this is a nice car. And I think this is like stock too. GT3 RS is one of the most epic reliant cars in the game. If you don't have at least 12 epics, all of them on acceleration, handling, and nitro, you're gonna have a hard time. Although, I'm pretty sure the most epic reliant car has to be this. Like, look at that gap. I don't know if GT3 RS has it worse, but like, this is up there somewhere. You can see the difference in top speed too, which is ridiculous. The ZGT4 is like a C-Class LVN. Actually, joking aside, I don't think so. LVN is, well, showing you once should be better than more effective than explaining it like 10,000 times, which is what I was about to do, and then I just changed my mind. What the fuck? I just tuned into Dark Hyperstream. He has a toast costume. By toast, I mean a slice of bread. He is dressed up playing Asphalt 9 as a slice of bread. What the f... This guy is up there somewhere. Okay, that's not a shockwave. Anyway. This thing floats naturally. If you send it, that is. You can kill its natural float, but this thing just... I'm pretty sure if I do this, for example... Yeah, it's floating there. Although not very well, it is still floating. Okay, that's bad. I mean, I do have the upper hand in acceleration in this case. And nitro. Never mind, he accelerated for longer. Okay, that's ass. Oh, he doesn't have shockwave. He's gonna win, though. The point is, this thing is... I mean, it's just different. With the Z, it's kind of like the Absolute 935, stuff like that have the same sort of suspension. Dracuma, too. Yeah. And yeah, Game Loop didn't fix the LVN spoiler, they just removed it. I know. I was the first one to find that out, actually. Because I checked that immediately. Which car is the best natural float? Right now... I mean, it actually should depend on what you define natural float as. Like, if you consider this thing's current float as natural float, this thing's the best because it floats indefinitely and infinitely. Aside from that, should be like the... It should be just like the Envision 74, because that thing, pretty sure... This thing also floats infinitely. At similar speeds, by the way, if you bring these two around the Paris roundabout, you can probably get like similar speeds. Devel does like 400 there now. Which is a little bit sad, but that's what it is now. And is there anything else that can parallel? No, there isn't. What time is it? Holy shit, it's almost half past midnight. Okay. What was LVN's original rank? It's the same thing, it's never changed. It's 5,041 since 2021. Or late 2020, whenever that was. I wasn't there when that came out. I am surprisingly new to this game. By that I mean just shy of 5 years now. It only floats infinitely if it's max. Which one do you mean, Devel or N? I'm pretty sure Envision. Not actually. I'm not sure on either of those. Devel should float infinitely. Actually, just at lower speeds, I think it does. I'm actually really confused now. Yeah, Devel does. I guess that's what you mean with the N. Hennessy had a drop in rank. Yeah, it also had a 3-point nitro nerf, which is why that car is no longer as broken as it used to be, but is still quite broken. The nitro got nerfed by 3 points, alongside the same update when Devel got its suspension completely butchered. Although I'm actually happy about that. I don't know about this one. This one's mixed. I don't know about that. Anyway, speaking of F5, we should probably drive it. Pre-nerf Devel on OG A9 Switch, it wouldn't have made a difference. A single difference, not a single difference would have been made. Because like, they have gasless drift, which lets cars float, or rather just drift, without losing speed. And the global Devel didn't lose speed in drifting anyway. So I'm pretty sure it just doesn't matter. Why did they remove F5 spoiler? Because this car was introduced into the game when it was a prototype, and back when it was the prototype, the concept design for this car actually had a wing attached to the back. However, the production version does not have that wing, so the game now doesn't have that wing either to reflect the actual car now. I'm pretty sure this car also had a central triple exhaust setup, which was later replaced with the quad system that exists in both the prototype and this game now. No, by prototype I meant production. This is the stuff you get to know about when you're an actual, like, car guy who just happens to play this game because your childhood game was Asphalt 8 and you don't actually care about the game at all, but you just like driving cars. That's basically what I am. I'm also autistic, so I just, like, keep doing whatever I started in the first place. Speaking of which, that's a god-awesome lap, I would say. That's clean is the definition there. Yeah, they forgot to change the sprite image, so this one still has that wing at the back. You can see that over there. There are multiple cars that do that. For example, I think Navarro's actually no Navarro. Wait, never mind. No, Navarro actually had a different wheel when it was first introduced in this game because this was also early, and it didn't even have the name Navarro. It was called the Concept C2 was its name, similar to the Concept 1, which is just referred to as C1. So this thing was called the C2, and then when it was renamed to the Navarro, it got the production wheels, which is what you see here. Yeah, the C2 also had a gray paint as factory, so that paint is actually still in the game. I'm pretty sure it was this one. This is the stock paint you see now. This was what it used to be, with the different covered wheels. And the other thing that they forgot to change is the Batista. Look at these rims and look at these rims. They are different. Just wanted to let you guys know. This thing originally had these wheels, which in my opinion look a lot better. I don't know why they switched to these empty and boring 5-spokes when the car itself is this interesting. Kind of ruined the... Like, it's kind of like... Those rims serve details, but yeah. Did you miss something? Just like 3 hours-ish of yapping? Slightly less than 3 hours, actually 2 hours 20, which is record-breakingly short for me. Just goes to show how much I talk normally. You know what's interesting though is when you first meet me in real life, I'm incredibly quiet, and then I become friends, and then I open up like this. So yeah. The prototype Venom was ugly compared to today's design. Yeah, absolutely, especially the tail lights. I mean, overall, it was a lot more rigid. It was a lot less refined. These taillights have, like, some sort of, like, air outlet here. That did not exist. And this was just a white bit that fit in for reverse lights, which were bigger than the taillights itself, which is interesting and sort of ugly for me, but everyone has different taste. Alright, let's read the rest of the chat. Where is it? We have... Okay, McLaren GT has been being requested constantly. Okay, it's a free tri-car. I should probably repaint that because this orange is a little bit too blazing this time. That's not blazing enough. This is boring. Blue is a little bit not my favorite color anymore. Suggest me a color, chat. You have 60,000 tokens, you probably have enough to max something, but it should not be Countach Devo or Concept S. None of them are worth going for. Okay, so with 60,000 tokens, what you can do is max any car in the game if it comes in single packs. For 900 tokens, 60k is enough to max anything in the game when the packs come out. Are you gonna settle for a Concept S or a Devo? No, you shouldn't. You should aim for, like, the higher stuff, like... I'm already tapping out of here, shows my ADHD, but, like, you shouldn't aim for something that stops here. S-Class ends here now. This power creep is insane, and you should probably aim for something like this range, at least, if you want to compete. And avoid these two, and this one specifically, because these are also power creep, and this too. Actually, there's only a few cars, if you want to play MP1 competitively, that is, you should go for it. Tuatara works, sort of, but only in Classic. Aeon sort of works, F5 definitely works. CCA50 is sort of, not really, when cars you can meet include Imperiums. Imperium, if this one comes out, mortgage your house or whatever you call that. I'm joking, don't. Devel is free. Absolute, for example, was a good spend. Bolide is a little bit worse than the Aeon, but it's also worth. Tartarus worse, shut up, not for most people, which is what we are. We are most people. And Muscler is, if you dare try, you can get the Muscler. Do I think R-Class should be added to like A9C? Yes, because this entire portion of the S-Class is just rendered useless now. Anyway, some of you guys suggested brown. Specifically, Sir Drive Safely, you suggested brown to me. And as a response, I will try it for the next 15 minutes to make brown as a color look good. Holy shit, here we go. Probably lower the saturation a bit, and... Okay, no, that's not... Sort of like ghost almost yellow, yes. No, not that. A little bit this way. That almost does nothing. Wait a minute, no. There, sort of. And then make it really dark, and then dual tone enabled. Raise this brightness like a little bit. And this one too, but like decrease the saturation. No, sort of like there. No, that looks like shit. Never mind. I think it's got something to do with this. Like, put this more in the orange. Maybe that'll work. I'll temporarily switch to metallic so I can see the hue better, because that buffs up the saturation of any color. Okay, so this should, in theory, not that bad. Two saturation is way too high right now, so we're gonna reduce this one drastically and this one a bit more, and let's see what that does now. That's a bit too much like gray now. We're gonna adjust tone to saturation a little bit more. That's complicated. We need this to go up a bit. No, that's the wrong... Oh my god. Okay, so we need this to go up like slightly there. And, like, it's switching back to color 1 every time is so annoying. Like, this is just me user testing, like, the... Okay, that's sort of like the brown you get on the DBS Super Legit, which is more like black in this case, but, like, I don't care. That is technically brown. I'm gonna also paint the brake... No, that's the rims. I'm gonna paint the brakes red. Why not? We all love red brakes, although... Lower the saturation a little bit, that makes it look a lot more realistic. Okay, there we go. Am I overcomplicating this? No, that's how I just have really good colors. Actually, there's a reason this one looks ass, because, I have the lowest... Actually, let me just show you. Like, my current graphics, to make the stream run better, is this with this. So there's a reason that looks ass. On Ultra, it should probably look a bit better. It's black? Technically not. Technically, it's slightly brown. I don't care. Yeah, and because you guys all requested this, unanimously almost, I'm assuming you guys want a countdown, so here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. I could have said a far few words by reading HiCube's message, which is countdown question mark. Yeah. Okay, that's an Aeon. And this is Greenland. Whose idea was this? And what was that? That's a Chiron 300 Plus, which is very interesting. Okay, that's ass. But I'm pretty sure with cars like these, this route is slightly faster. Wait a minute. That's the same guy that suggested me the McLaren GT in the first place. You fucking betrayed me! I don't care. You can do that. It's funny. What happened to you, man? Why are you here? Okay, no. Oh my god! What the fuck was that? No, like, actually, what the fuck was that? Yeah, that's definitely going in the clip bin for a video like 6 months later, because these require me to stream and takes more effort, and thus there's few content. Anyway, oh, by the way, can I just say, SDS, the emoji or whatever you're sending doesn't actually show up on like either of my devices. On my iPad, it just shows as a question mark in a square box, and over here it's just an X mark in a box, which is interesting. Cyan? No, I hate that car. I just hate that car. I just hate it. A lot. Weird ramp physics, 393 kilometers an hour at mid-range S-Class. Perfect nitro boost, which means you can't even have fun brake nitroing. Okay, fine, I'll do it once, but I'm not going to count it down. Vanda? Cyan is okay, handling could be better. No, the top speed could be better. And everything else is pretty much just redundant, because the top speed is just so bad. It just does not matter. It just doesn't. Okay, that wasn't top speed. I forgot this thing has like 82 something acceleration, which is... What the fuck am I doing? Can I do this and like... Okay, never mind. I can't even reach that bit to begin with. I need an absolute for that. This acceleration is cancerous. With more sophisticated words, it's probably carcinogenic. I don't know. Cancerous is an overrated word. We should use carcinogenic more often. Yeah, you see what I meant with the ramp physics? It does that. $4.6K, 4.68K, nearly 4.7, which is mid-range, solid mid-range. And keep in mind, when this car first came out, I'm pretty sure F5 wasn't there when it first came out, so, like, the highest rank was pretty much like the Tuatara LV, and then, like, the list ended there. That's where it was. Like, none of this existed. So this was actually high-end S-Class. Mid-high, something like that. What would be a good 50... What do you mean 5,800? 5,800? 5,800 is essentially pre-nerf Devel without the air excel nerf. That would be 5,800. I'm pretty sure. If that thing had regular air excel, yes. Definitely. If I came out a year after Cyan. Yeah, because I remember... When first starting out, I remember saving 1,000 tokens and then splurging it on one set of Cyan packs because I did not know what the fuck I was doing. I was an idiot back then, and I was also like 13, barely. Or maybe not even that. I don't know. And then I also remember F5 coming out and not nearly having enough tokens for that. Oh, it came out before LV and into Atara. Okay, so it was just like... Okay, so Jessica was the end back then. And none of this stuff in the middle existed back then either at that point. So this was just high-end S-Class. Yes. It is not a high-end S-Class in any standard. Because, like, Regera beats it for crying out loud. Speedtail has similar Excel and a bit worse Nitro. Yeah, but Speedtail also goes like 50 kilometers an hour faster and can float, so it doesn't add up. Yeah. The Cyan's overhated? No, like, the thing is... Also, the part of my hate, personally, is coming from the fact that this is at garage level 60. You reach the final garage level in the entire game, and the game gives you this. A mid-range 6-star S-Class car that's ridiculously expensive, never served a purpose to begin with, and is massively power crept even from that point. It's bad. Just bad. 59 on Veyron, that's also ridiculous. I mean, this whole system just doesn't make sense. It just does not make sense. This is ridiculous. Lykan can beat Cyan on certain tracks? I'm pretty sure, yes. Yes, pretty sure. Senna's the slowest S-Class car. I think it's like tied with this and the GTR Neon and other shit like that. I think those are the slowest cars. I'm pretty sure, yeah. This thing's also sluggish in its own rights. Actually, when you don't have it, like... Yeah, when you don't have it maxed, it's slower. Gold is slower. I'm pretty sure it gets, like, not microscopically faster. 1.2 kilometers per an hour per epic is the second highest epic reliance I can remember, aside from Agira. Because Agira has, like, 1.8 or something stupid. Yeah. 362 at gold. Yeah, that should be right. Senna is the slowest in that sense. Although, without perfect nitro boost, this thing, interestingly, almost ties. Actually, never mind, it's not... No, it's not this, it was never this, it was the SF90 that I got tied with. It was the SF90, yeah, I remember now. So this thing, without the Evo tune, is just a piece of shit that nobody cared about. And now it's all the hype and rage, and everybody wants it because it has some stupid parts that go... make it instantly accelerate like a shockwave hacker back in 2019. Why is it a thing? Yeah, so back then, yeah, this was 355, so this was like... This had just lower speed, but this had perfect nitro boost, so overall it was actually tied at 373. If I remember correctly. You know what? I'm not gonna bother finding out. I hate this card with all of my soul now. I just hate it. I'm just gonna put this back on. I think it was like... Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, it was this. It was that, and it was this. No, wait, no, not that. That's for other cars. That. Some people, I've seen some people actually run light builds on this thing. What's the purpose? I genuinely don't get it. Like, is it actually good? I haven't tried it, but I don't think it would be. Because, like, the whole benefit of having that is the acceleration. Actually, can you fit this in light and afford the Excel pack? No. So what's the purpose? Is that actually worth it? I'm genuinely confused. And you can put, like, shit like this, I guess. Which gives it a decent boost. But, again, it shouldn't really do that much. I'm really confused. Lightweight with over 100 handling? Yeah, but at the same time, like... I mean... You're here for most... This Excel kit is just too broken, is what I'm trying to say. Lightweight works in Gezira? Interesting. That I did not expect, actually. I genuinely didn't see that one coming. Oh, by the way, want to know a fun fact? The handling stat on light builds is actually tailored to the drift, and the grip is usually a lot better than the drift. What that means is... regular cornering just becomes ridiculous. Because that handling stat... They make the handling stat up, and then they tune the drift to that, and the... raw handling is actually like 30 points higher or something stupid. Is the stream ending? Why would you think that? It has been like 3 hours. No, 2 hours and 30. No, of course it's not ending. What we're gonna do is drive one of my most iconic cars. Why not? And you know what? Let's just give it the drive certificate 8 deranged Power Ranger decal for the funnies. And you know what? Let's paint the wheels green too. I mean, why not, at that point? Oh, wait, no, not that. So we go there, and we do this. It actually goes with this, line underneath the wheels. And the brakes can be pink, because it also has bits of pink in it. Because of how clownish the rest of the decal looks, these wheels don't even look that bad. I was just in the garage for 5 minutes. Good point. I should probably do that less often. It's not iconic in real life. It's infamous is what it is in real life. Infamous also means famous, but just in a bad way, so I guess you could say iconic, in the sense that Adolf Hitler is iconically bad. The same thing. Although, maybe not to that degree, just the same analogy. Okay, I killed the entire car's float because I am a bad driver. That's very good, actually. GG's. If I say I'm a bad driver again, I'll be punished. But I am a bad driver. You can see that clearly. And also, besides, what are you gonna do? Like, I'm the one tying people up in my basement. By the way, if that's just like a canon, it's not actually true. I don't have a basement. Just don't call the police on me. I mean, you don't even know where I live, but like... You're muting me? How? I'm the channel owner. How are you gonna possibly do that? Okay, we're gonna do that again. Yeah, so far it's just a Corvette C8 with an extended body kit. Like, that's all it is. For now. They do have the V16, but that's not in the actual car. Because number one, how are you gonna solve the cooling? Number one, that's the biggest concern. Number two, what are you gonna do with the gearbox? Like, you are not supposed to chug 6,000 Newton meters or something ridiculous torque and 4,500, whatever that horsepower number was. No gearbox in the world can withstand that. Okay, I just realized this is Buenos Aires. What the fuck? I mean, there are still workarounds, because, like this, for example. You just go this way, I believe. Yeah, you definitely do. Okay, I should have probably gone that way. The ramp is a lot more efficient. In the sense that this way, yes, you avoid the ramp, but it's a fucking corner with bumps, which this is even worse in. I don't know why I did that, because usually I take the barrel, so I just got confused, I guess. Yeah, it's the torque that just tears the gearbox and the tires up. It just doesn't work in real life. It just doesn't. Yeah, the interior is just the C8, just, like, painted in a different color. And with some fancy badges. It's literally a Corvette right now. So, as of now, I do not approve of this car in real life. They've also apparently ditched the Devel 16 project and they are now making a 6-wheeled SUV that looks like a mutated warthog called the Devel 60. Which I really despise. Like, you just abandoned your entire project, bro. Oh shit, it's this direction. Okay. Guess we're going here now. Oh no. I hate this track so much. At least make the portal see-through, you fucking clowns! Anyway, I should catch up to him very soon, and by that, in the portal, I've already overtaken him. No, you don't. No, this car, in this track, has a surprising amount of headaches that you have to deal with as a consequence. It's the best track? What, San Diego? No, fuck you. I genuinely hate that opinion. Like, you can have your opinion, but I'm gonna have opinions about your opinion and you can't stop me and I hate it. Should you abandon Asphalt Legends? I mean, I'm gonna miss you personally, but like, logically, abandon ship. Logically. Because there aren't that many, signs of improvement. How to do a delayed punch. Drift in a straight line before moving the joystick. And before the drift cancels. So wait a little bit and then move the joystick and then punch. It gives a more gradual entry. It makes the punch a lot smoother. Almost nobody figured that out, by the way. I'm surprised how you actually, like, found that out. Like, someone came to my DMs and asked me and they didn't know what I was doing. And I had to explain with an input overlay enabled. So you actually have a very good eye on spotting things. Yeah, this is the actual route for this car. That's one of the best laps I've done here, aside from that atrocious ending. Wow. Delay punch is overpowered in cars like Absolute. Absolute and Devel so far. Because Absolute doesn't float at all if you don't do that. And yeah, it actually just works better with the Devel. In the sense that normal punch can also be unstable, and... Actually, no, I take that back, because the relative difference is immense on the Absolute. F5 can work, but generally F5 you can just bash around like normal and don't care. You don't have to care about the F5's delayed punches. It just... You can... Like, F5 is actually one of those cars where you can, in a 360 floaty, briefly ignore full steering, and it'll still keep floating at top speed if you have enough airspeed. So that's the kind of car you're talking about over there, so it doesn't really make sense to delay punch and potentially... Actually, no. What it does is... Because you're drifting in a straight line, you're not using full advantage of your nitro top speed. Which means you have a lower drift entry speed than normal, which is actually going to make your lap slower overall. You have to think about stuff like that when you drive those cars. Because every millisecond matters, especially if you're lap hunting. And in Ghost, or just multiplayer in general, if you're driving in leagues where you can meet F5, these F5 drivers usually know the shit they're doing. At least in terms of, like, gold or max owners. They know what they're doing most of the times. So, every mistake, they're gonna catch up steadily until they make their own mistakes, actually. Which is usually what I do at the end of the race and throw the win. It's easier to do the delay punch than you thought it would be. Yeah, you just don't know to do it, but once you know that you have to do it, it's very easy. It actually follows up very naturally. I mean, 567 kilometers an hour of top speed, that's actually because the developers actually forgot about their own fake speed scaling, and they thought 356 top speed, no, should translate to 567 fake. But because 550 to 600 is actually a 1-to-1, just plus 200 for the display speed, they actually got it wrong themselves, which is why we never got those stats. No. Yeah, you can do that with Devel, by the way, if you're lucky. Like, I found that out by pure accident in a multiplayer race, like when Unite came out. Okay, that's bad. No, like, the patch notes stats were read 567, but we never got those stats. That's because that was wrong and unintentional. They just forgot. Yeah, because, like, when the patch notes... Actually, when the patch notes first came out on the website itself, it said those stats. And, actually, it said that in the game, too. It said 567 in the game as well. But, when we drove the car in free try multiplayer, we only got to 559, so we as the community, asked this, and the developers confirmed that this was a mistake, and the stat had been lowered. The top speed was not raised to represent the stat. The stat backed down to represent the top speed, so that should also imply that this top speed is actually intentional. There you go. I mean, nobody figures out about delay punches, but because when you're first learning to punch drift, you're told to punch immediately as soon as you drift. Because normally, when you say drift, you mean turn in during a drift. This is actually, like, separating the bit where you turn the joystick and press the brake button, so it's actually a little bit, like, counterintuitive or hard to understand, because this is not what you learn at first. That's what it is. What's the delay punch? It's what I've been doing with this car for every single corner, up till now. Where I have a punch drift that's a lot more stable than what you would get from a normal punch. I drift in a straight line for a little bit before I actually turn into the corner. That's what it does. Doing a delayed punch without the actual punch, yeah, that also works. But I would say just putting a punch in as a safe measure is usually a little bit better. Also, just natural delay drifting like that sort of has a weaker float. So that is also a factor that you have to think about. Yes, that's a perfect start. Or as good as I can get. Okay, that's bad? Actually, no, never mind. That's actually really good. Holy shit, that's one of the best laps I've ever done here. That's actually one of the best I've done here. Wow. I'm clipping that. I'm proud of it. It's not the best, but it's the best I've got. One-star Devel doesn't have instability issues in the sense that it bounces on punches, though, if I remember correctly. It shouldn't have that. I'm pretty sure delayed punches are just better than just delaying your drift. I'm pretty sure. I mean, you can probably prove me wrong if you record all your data and compare it, but you might also just in the process realize that I'm right. It can go either way. I actually just don't know. Because I don't really have any driving experience on a 1-star, because mine was maxed since the Syndicate. So post-nerf 1-star I never really tried. At least that's the official... Okay, I shouldn't say that. Do absolutes? Alright, yeah, sure. By the way, can I just say, I just realized I forgot to eat dinner. It's like 1 AM now, by the way. Can I use anything lower ranked? No, because I'm matching Icona spiders. And that's the free try car. Also, the next car requested is an absolute, so sorry, but no. Okay, that's bad. I'm pretty sure you actually go the right route and avoid the ramp entirely, but I always get confused. I know for a fact, however, if you don't have enough speed, By that, if you're not already at top speed, you go this way. And you just try to win from this position. Or just defend third. Because that's what we come to. That F5 is way too quick from this point onwards. The decal looks cool. Holy shit, that's so wrong. You know, I actually do want to wrap up the stream soon, so I'm just going to do a couple of absolute races. It has been 3 hours, which is like my like internal like standards for a decent stream, like keeping you guys entertained. And also it's 1 AM and I also just want to sleep and get something to eat because I'm fucking starving. Yeah, or about the orange punches, I am here to... Yeah, good thing you mentioned it. Apparently I was wrong. Apparently there is a difference between orange punches and single punches. The difference is, single punches go a bit wider and destabilize the car a bit more. Apparently, like, that's the opposite of what I expected it to be. But apparently there is actually a difference. Oh my god, I hate this thing in Tuscany. Please turn. Thank you. There's that. This is still a bad absolute lap, but I don't think it's like that bad of an absolute lap. Okay, that's the wrong button. I wasn't gonna end it now. That's a bit crazy. Use the Lancer for the last race. Okay. Also, I just realized I entirely forgot to do like viewer hosted like private lobby sessions today. I'm gonna do that after this race, actually, and then we'll wrap it up. Because I know you guys want that. Although some of you might not be able to join because I'm not gonna host them for as long this time. I am just tired. No! That's frankly atrocious. Right. Here's the code, and you are officially allowed to join this one. Okay, that's the entire keyboard warrior session over. And we should probably step out our cars because, well, not everybody has 5,200 ranked monsters. We're gonna go with Osaka, fucking, actually no, not Osaka. People hate that track. New York. Some people hate this track even more, but not me. And I own this channel. So, okay, fucking, which one's better? Subway surfing, sure. This is a tricky one. And we are, holy shit, hold on a minute. Almost everybody here has 500 plus cars. Except for him. And we're gonna respect everyone here, so we're gonna go back to, like, I don't know, B class. Let's restrict it to here. And you can choose everything below this, but avoid choosing Evo tunes, please. I just hate to see them. And thank you. And I'm gonna do something really stupid and bring an SC63. Why the fuck not? Okay, we have everybody listening. What the f- Okay, stage 6 ER9 only on handling. Rest is stock. Albion, you are the last one to change. Okay, we restricted it to B class, but hey, you know what? Considering there's an F1 in the lobby, I'll just allow it. Like, F1 is faster anyway. Oh wait, that's another SC63. Hello. Why is my pronunciation so bad when I pronounce X, the word? Or just anything with the letter X in it. I'm just very bad. When is the kimchi cosplay? You guys don't pay me nearly enough for me to do that. I'm sorry, you just don't. No. Oh, fucking hell. Why am I respawning? Oh my god. You know what, this one's gonna land. No, not over there, you fucking... I missed the shockwave. I'm bad. Okay. Did I put the banana hyper sticker? Yes, but I'm pretty sure the boost just ran out, actually. Or something like that. Yeah, we're back to level 1. Okay, speaking of which, among these 7 people who just sent requests to join, does any of you have nitro boost that you can donate here? Because we kind of need them right now. It doesn't actually matter, we're gonna approve you guys. Because... why would I not? You guys are part of my audience. Alright, so that's all 7 people in now. And I just want to put that. Okay, so it's good to see that almost everyone listens except for this guy. I'm assuming you didn't get the memo. I don't know what language you speak, so I can't actually just tell you, but you're not supposed to play 2 races. Actually, is nobody else here? If nobody else is here, you can join back. It doesn't matter if nobody's here. Like, if this stays empty for a long time, you can just return. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Right. What should we do now? No, actually, no, let's keep the... That's not the same track. Yeah, keep the same track, and we're gonna just do this again. Hold on a minute, this is not an... how did it take me this long to realize this is not a B-class car? I mean, this isn't a B-class car either, you should probably change as well. Is curb abuse possible in Osaka with any car of choice? There are literally... Osaka is literally littered with curbs. How are you... You know what, like... Okay, let's go, Osaka. I'm gonna show you. Sorry guys, change of plans. We're not going to the funny American track anymore. We're going here. By the way, Japan reminds me, Forza Horizon 6, what are your opinions? I'm personally very hyped, and I also paid $100 for the premium edition. I already pre-ordered it. So I have to be hyped for it. Wait a minute, why is this Naniwa tour? Did I set this to here? So, can you curb abuse? Yes. Although not right now. Okay, where's my 360? I kind of needed that. Where'd you go? Okay, anyway. That was not the best example for curb abusing, mostly because this car is sort of not very responded. I'm gonna choose, like, Imola. We're moving up to A-Class, by the way. Is left route always faster at 55%? No! With really agile cars like Huracan, GT3 RS, stuff like these, the right route is actually shorter with the good line, with the correct lines, obviously. So, with those cars, it's actually better to go that way, but most of the times, just stick to the left one. Especially if you don't know what you're doing. Which is most users when it comes to that route, including me. Because I never take that route. I normally don't drive cars that are that agile. Yeah. We can choose A-classes, by the way, because I have to show this guy with... Show curb abuses in Osaka to this guy with an Imola. Oh my god, this is one of those other cars that I want. You see, there's a pattern with this and the Toroidion, which is that... Number 1, these cars are electric. Number 2, these are very round. Number 3, they are really fun to drive. Why do I miss out on all of these? Fucking hate myself for that. How's my Friday going? Overall, I'm loving it. I mean, bit of a long day at college, but I don't care because one of the classes was done by my favorite professor there. He's actually a really good guy. And what's the other bit? And then now I'm home and I'm just streaming. This is my life. No, not today. So that technically counts as a curb abuse, although quite short. I mean, almost everything counts as a curb abuse, honestly. And this is one of those more well-known curb abuses, even though I catastrophically failed that one right there. Why does everyone die here? The SLR surprisingly handles very satisfyingly. I'm not saying it's fast. I'm not saying the drift is particularly good. The acceleration isn't that good. The top speed is average at best, like slightly better than average. Acceleration is actually not that good at all. The only thing that's really good is nitro, and the handling is just like okay-ish. And I really don't know why, but I agree with you completely. I love driving the SLR when I have to, actually. Like, most of the times I'm with, like, the F1 or some other shit. But, like, when I'm stuck with, like, stuff here, actually, I would rather drive the Apollo N because it's faster and it's funnier. But, like, I also like this car, the point is. My voice is too American for Korean. You can find me speaking in Korean because people asked me to in a few other streams of mine that I did in the past. Yeah, I mean, I do get that a lot. Nobody guesses that I'm Korean basing on my accent, that's for sure. Alright, you know what, I'm gonna wrap it up with this race. So if you couldn't join this time, sorry, but you're gonna have to wait for the next one, which is probably, like, tomorrow, let's be real. I'm not doing anything tomorrow, so it's probably then. That aside, we should probably go to somewhere, you know, let's go dipping down. See if anyone can land that rail in one try. Where's it even gone? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Is it A-Class? Yeah, let's restrict it to A-Class. I'm gonna go with an XJR, though. Because never mind, I decided there's a better car for that. Is a 2-star XJR9 good? No. The only thing it has is top speed, and the nitro is like 20 points lower than max. Can we be friends? You're gonna have to come up with a more convincing one than that, because normally I would say yes, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you're a bad guy or, like, I'm not saying that. The problem right now is I have like 5,000 other people that are also saying the exact same thing, so I can't do all of them at the same time. That's the problem. There's just too many people asking, so you're gonna have to stand out. I don't know how or why, I'm just saying, like, if you're a decent guy, we're gonna be, like, friends anyway. Can we be best buddies? I've already known you for quite a while now, so I don't think you need to ask that. Yoda 1-star CN, no, go away. I'm joking, but like 1-star CN with your garage is ridiculous. Okay, I missed that flat ramp. Yeah, traffic downs give like slightly more nitro than near misses, so strategically they can be a better option if you can aim properly. And now I'm gonna try the rail. Never mind, this already goes wide, which is not a good start. And this ramp is too high. What the f- Excuse me? Are we dead? What do you mean we just no-clip through the map? That's not how this game... Again! What do you mean, again? No rail tonight, guys. That sounds very wrong, but I'm just saying, like, apparently the game hates us now. It's not like I'm running, like, a ridiculously high frame rate setup anyway. I capped it to 137 for the streams. I normally run 500, so if that was the case, I would, like, say, okay, it's probably the frames, but it's not. Like, see, that's 137, I capped it there. So I genuinely have no fucking clue why that happened. That's certainly a situation. Anyway, that's on that bombshell I can finally say it's time to end. Thank you for watching, what else can I say? It's been a great time. Can I just get, like, a little sentimental real quick again? I love owning this channel. I love interacting with all of you guys in the community. I just like being here as me, and I wouldn't trade this for anything else. I'm just saying, thank you. And why is it 137? Because the monitor refresh rate is 144 Hz. And I have G-Sync enabled. For G-Sync to work, it has to be capped at a slightly lower frame rate than the monitor itself. You need, like, some sort of a damping zone. Usually like 5% of the frames. For 144, just 4, like, not 4, like, I have a 7 frame damper, which is roughly like 5%. That's enough. If you have a monitor and a GPU that can support G-Sync or just FreeSync, or for example, you need that, yeah, you definitely need, to cap the frame rate a little bit lower. And, oh, actually, there's a setup that I do, which is, I use NVIDIA control panel, but if you're running a different GPU, you can do the same thing, pretty sure, on your equivalent software. What you do is, you turn the VSync off in the game settings, force enable VSync in the control panel, NVIDIA or whatever, and, you need to set the low latency mode to whatever the highest setting is. In NVIDIA control panel's case, it's Ultra. NVIDIA app is a thing, but yeah, but NVIDIA app is just the NVIDIA control panel, but less obedient, and with a slightly friendlier UI. I hate the NVIDIA app. It's ass. Like, I can change shit in the... for the Steam version, I can change shit in the NVIDIA control panel. The NVIDIA app doesn't even register it to begin with. I don't know why, it just doesn't work as well, so I kind of hate it. I just use the control panel because, well, it offers you all the features it promises. Maybe Ryzen is better. I mean, the only Ryzen part in my computer is the CPU, and that's not what determines this one. So, I don't know. You can force it in the NVIDIA app. Yeah, but I mean, I've had more trouble with that. I had to work around more things. I could just register the Steam version in the NVIDIA control panel and just worked instantly, so I don't know what's the hassle with the more recently developed app, especially. Should you leave 1%? That's a tricky question, because I do have emotions for it, because I was one of the significant stones set in there to start the club up. For context, I didn't actually start the club. I was a leader there for a long time, but that's only after the previous leader did a horrible job managing the team, and I just, like, got him out. And I didn't do that good of a job either, so I really can't say anything to him anymore. I'm not very good at leading shit. I'm more of just a showman, like you see here. 1% is, well, I can say for sure that most of 1% was being held up together just by me being there. Like, this isn't something they would probably tell you, or because you probably didn't bother to ask this one because you had no idea. What it is, when we were first starting, like, kickstarting the 1% team, like, half of the original team members, their joining condition was that I be there myself. That's why I left Pro Team after being there for almost 3 years, and then that didn't work out, so I'm just back here now. That's basically what that is. I don't have to yet, but I feel like I'm obliged to answer questions that are being asked to me. I don't think I should just, kill the stream right then and there. I mean, I can, but I don't think I should. So, the short answer for should you leave 1% is, well, it's still not really short. Well, it's not gonna be, well, I don't think it's gonna be as active as, for example, what I promised to be, because I'm not there anymore. So if you want, like, man, I really don't know, because, like, 1% was ambitious, maybe over-ambitious, but I actually had, have an entire prototype server for the server layouts and how everything should work and everything. It just never came into action, because it required way too much effort. We couldn't fuel the system that I built. That's basically what that was. So, partly my fault. And I really can't blame it on anyone else, actually. I should have come up with a better plan. I'll take full blame, but the fact of the matter remains I'm in Pro Team now. I don't plan on leaving this for any other club anytime soon. And I mean, that should probably explain it to you without actually saying the answer. Am I friends with Nikto? I'm not sure. Like, I hold a neutral stance. Like, I don't know much about him. I don't like him, but I don't hate him either. I just don't know. And I'm not sure if he's interested in getting to know each other better, so the answer is I have no fucking clue. I mean, yeah, I've heard that, but he hasn't directed anything towards me, so I'm just like, because I haven't had any first-hand experience, I'm just sitting here with a neutral stance. And if he decides to try and be a friend with me, I would say I would just be a friend with him. I wouldn't bring that up. That's the stuff I do. I don't do that anymore, because it gets messy, as it turns out, really. Alright. Getting angry for saying GG is interesting, but okay, still, I'm just gonna hold a neutral stance. Is Yurk worth joining? I don't even know if Yurk accepts requests at this point. And it's overall, ever since Yurk's main team has been nuked by the developers themselves, I'm pretty sure the club never fully recovered. I don't think it's what it used to be. Like, this is something that happened in, like, 2024, so... No, 2023. So most of you shouldn't know about this, but, like... Yurk has died, pretty much. Yeah. And, I mean, to be honest, the game itself in general is just not that active these days. Okay, I've already tried NVIDIA apps. I just didn't like it. There's a reason I reverted back to control panels. Anyway, Yurk had a fantastic history, but it no longer works. Just the game in general is quite stale, as I was saying. And, yeah. I mean, the only club I can actually recommend is Pro Team, mostly because this is where I spent 80% of my asphalt life in. But so far, I'm just saying, in Pro Team I have had 0 complaints. I have had no complaints here so far, just whatsoever. I'm not sure if I would have had that anywhere else. Maybe I wouldn't have had any problems anywhere else either. But I haven't been there, so I can't tell you. I'm just saying, Pro Team is a 10 out of 10 for me. I don't know what other clubs would rate it in this scale, but just saying. You get what I mean. We all have common sense here, hopefully. You got rejected? Alright, well, best of luck next time or something, I guess. They said something about a tournament mode? I do not know, I do not care anymore. I mean, you can reapply, but after, like, have a ground to be more confident. Like, for example, if they told you why you weren't suitable, improve that aspect and try again, like, or something like that. That's, like, my, advice. Like, I would, like, for example, even if you still don't quite meet the requirements, I mean, I haven't led a club decently, but, like, if I was looking at you, who got rejected here 3 months ago, for example, and you come back here, asking again, still not quite there, but you have improved, I would actually accept you. But that's just me. I'm not Racer Best or any other Pro Team leader, so don't take my word as facts. That's just what I would personally do. And you like RPM? Good for you, you can say there. I'm not gonna drag anyone into Pro Team, because, like, that's not what I'm here for. I'm just saying, it was decent for me. And that's where it ends. Current club ever dies. Aren't you in Unity? Is Unity in some trouble? Or... Interesting. Anyway, yeah. For the other, like, 20-something viewers that aren't actively chatting in this stream, we're not gonna have any more races, so you can click away. Dark Hyper's actually streaming, so what I actually want you to do is go to Dark Hyper's stream, tell them that I brought you here. Tell them that you're there because I told you to be. So why not? NGU is active? Yeah, okay. I mean, it is definitely active. Although, I don't have that many connections there, if I'm being honest. NGU is funny, but I'm not going to get into that. For some reasons you might be able to figure out. I'm just saying, I don't want to go there. And yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna end the stream so all 30 of you can find your way into Dark Hyper. Actually, no, wait here. I'm gonna give you the link. Where's Dark Hyper? Where's he at? He was in a bread costume last time I checked. He's still in a bread... Is that a... No, hold on. Is that a bread or is that a carpet? That is arguably even weirder. What the actual fuck? Yes. See this? This link that I just sent? This is Dark Hyper's stream. And he is inside a carpet. I think he's cosplaying like Genie or a piece of bread. I genuinely have no idea. Mona Lisa should shave his eyebrows off then. You should probably notice if you look carefully, Mona Lisa doesn't have any eyebrows. That was like something trending back then. Pluck all your eyebrows out for whatever fucking reason. Anyway, music just ended. New music just started, but we're gonna completely ignore that I said pause that. Okay, good. Bye-bye. I'm out of here. Yeah, good night and see you next time. Probably tomorrow.